So, when we last left our heroes, we were gonna go have dinner with Miss Navia. So, let's go. Is there more Ace Attorney after this? Or has it just become regular story?
I came here several times with my father when I was little, but stopped eating here as often after growing up. I hope the food here will be to your taste.
Oh, good. How are the sound levels? Is the game very quiet? Should I turn it up?
Oh, don't worry. We haven't eaten at a hotel like this in a while. Paimon's getting excited already.
In that case, I'll go order for us first.
Okay.
Let's wait here a moment.
Okie dokie. Just let me know.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Everything looks so good. People in Fontaine sure know how to enjoy life.
Wow.
Of course. Go
Baguette.
ahead, try whatever you like.
Chicken.
Good, I'll make
Lasagna.
a reservation for the rest of Spina di
Is that-
Rosula next time.
Soup?
And if it's not?
Well, then I'll still bring everyone. Albeit with only one dish per table.
You, sure have your own way of
Yo,
doing
French
things.
onion soup. Yeah, true.
Oh, we called this a farewell meal, but we could also treat it like a victory feast, right? We did just win that case after all.
It was a pleasure working with you.
Oh, true. Very true. In that case, boss, we'll have another 2 dishes.
Boss.
Huh? Well, Paimon didn't mean that you had to order even more food.
It's so funny how they call him all boss.
Speaking of cases, do you think that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances will get caught soon now that this has all happened?
Well, we've certainly taken a big step forward, but I feel that's about it. We know that there's an organization that means to dissolve these young women, but we still don't know what they are really after.
If it hadn't happened right in front of us, Paimon wouldn't have ever believed that a person could be dissolved like that.
It is a little weird.
Right? Yet it was because this was such a preposterous notion that the investigation could never really move forward before.
Ugh. If only that guy could have finished speaking. We were so close to hearing who was behind it.
I am a little worried that the organization is going to like figure out how to control the weather and make it rain and like put the primordial water dissolvey thing in the rain, and then everyone in Fontaine will dissolve back into water and return to the ocean. I'm like, what's your goal?
In such investigations, even the smallest step can seem like a yawning chasm if the trail of clues is cut off. To be honest, I don't have high hopes for any follow-up that the authorities might conduct. It's not that I don't have faith in their ability. It's just that a different perspective is required in some matters.
Sure.
It's easy to guard against and deceive a single narrow perspective. A shift in thinking is required at such times in order to produce a breakthrough.
I like how echoey
Which is
the...
exactly why the Spina di Rosula
Like, it's a
exists.
big room, so it makes
Those
sense why the voice is so
highfalutin
echoey.
folk are not all-knowing. That's
Highfalutin.
why they exist, to seep into the cracks where filth falls through, where their watch fails them. That's the kind of problems we solve.
Seems Paimon thought things were simpler than they actually are.
It's all right. Well, this was supposed to be a farewell meal, so I doubt you have further interest in this business, right?
I mean, I'm happy.
Let's talk about something else. Like, what are your future plans?
We wanted to ask the Hydro Archon for some information, but we hadn't had a lot of opportunity to do so because we were thrown into court.
That's true. We didn't have a chance to speak to her after the trial ended. It didn't really seem like the right time or place to do it anyway.
I see. So, your primary objective, which has been foiled so far, was to have a chat with the Hydro Archon. I've heard that there's a long line of people waiting to meet Lady Farina. I suspect you'll be waiting for quite a while, considering that you missed your chance today.
I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty well known now, and since I beat her in court, she owes me some chatting.
Yeah, we've heard that she's super popular here in Fontaine, and that it'll be tough getting any of her time.
would you consider some more unique ways?
Questionable
Perhaps
legality.
methods of, let's say, questionable legality?
Navia, do go on.
Spina di Rosula's boss for you. Chock full of sketchy ideas. Well, what did you have in mind?
Well, one way would be to infiltrate a performance troupe at the Opera House, only to abandon your act at the play's climax and ask to speak to her after the performance.
Oh.
I'm sure Lady Farina would be eager to see the ending, and would agree in order to finish watching the play. Don't you think?
Could you suggest something
Practical.
a little more practical? This plan seems pretty hard to pull off. We'd have to go learn how to act, and acting's really hard.
It can be.
All right, here's another. Find a way to conceal yourselves under her bed.
Ha!
Then wake her up in the dead of night and demand answers. Don't let her go back to sleep until she answers all your questions. I can personally testify that this one works. When I'm sleepy, I'll do anything as long as I can finally get some sleep.
Who hid under your bed? Do you have siblings, Navia? What's going on here?
That might work, but that's not really the problem.
We don't want to get ourselves
The
arrested.
problem is we don't want to get ourselves arrested.
She said questionable legality, Paimon.
Valid point. I overlooked that part. I was just thinking about leveraging a person's desire for sleep.
She hasn't slept in 2 days, so... Well, not 2 days. She said she pulled an all-nighter, so it's honestly valid. How can you overlook something like that?
All right. No more joking around. Perhaps you could.
Cut the line.
I
French fries.
don't know.
Fish and
Cut
chips.
the line when she's on a break. You did defeat her in court, clearing citizens of hers from false accusations. False accusations she had nearly upheld personally.
That's what I was saying. She owes
I
me.
imagine that she feels quite ashamed about the whole thing.
You mean that if we catch her while she's on a break, she might be too embarrassed to refuse? Oh, that does make some sense.
I'm going to do that one because I think that'll be a more interesting answer. Would someone with her personality really feel shame?
Why don't we give it a try after this meal?
Ugh.
You know, strike while the iron is hot and all.
Huh? Paimon, did you drink my Fanta?
Was this your drink?
Eh.
Sorry about that. Paimon wasn't really paying attention and the cup was right next to Paimon. Would you like to order another?
No, it's fine. We're just about done here.
Alright. Honestly, Paimon wouldn't recommend Fanta anyway. It tastes kind of salty and icky.
I don't know. I have not tasted it, but I guess I agree.
Is that so? Huh. Well, in that case, we'll have to blacklist the Fanta here then. If we're all finished eating, then I'll go pay.
We ate a whole lot.
Yeah, we're stuffed. Thanks for the treat, Navia. Oh, so full.
Yeah.
Paimon can barely float anymore.
You could try walking, you know?
Nah, that would be so normal. You know, like you.
I'm not normal.
Okay. As for expenses this month, we're left with... Huh.
Hey, Navia, what are you doing over there?
Oh, nothing. It was just a meal, you know? Nothing the Spina di Rosula can't cover.
It's a pretty pricey meal, thanks to Paimon.
Let's get ready to try to meet the Hydro Archon again. Bye, Navia.
Dine and dash.
So this is goodbye, huh? Well, if you do encounter any other trouble in Fontaine, you're always welcome to contact the Spina di Rosula. I'll give your requests the highest priority. In any case, I wish you smooth sailing. I'll see you again, partner.
Thank you. Bye, Navia. I'll probably see you again. Oh. Oh, Act 2 started. I was like, what? Okay. Oh, I love this. This jazzy music's so good. Oh, that's very far away. A dog. May I steal this dog? Hello, doggy. Come here. Nice. I think I've found all the dog and all the bird types now.
There aren't many people around anymore. Looks like that boat we took to Araneus might have been the last one.
Araneus.
Vache.
Looks like we're back here again. Huh? Traveler? Are you hearing voices again?
It was definitely clearer than during the day.
Oof. That's kinda spooky. Are you sure we don't want to come back in the morning?
Vache. Vache.
Hey, why are you still walking towards it? There might be something nasty in the water.
Oh, I can feel strong emotions.
Huh? Hang on. Hyman can kinda hear a voice. It's calling for Vache, right? Hey, Traveler!
Oh.
Stop walking! Come on, wake up!
Uh-oh. That's not good. Oh, am I... Oh! An Oceanid. Where's this?
Vache. Are you my dear Vache?
I don't think so.
Wait. You seem to be someone else. Do you know Vache? Do you know where my love is?
Oh, I'm sorry. Who are you?
Wait. Who am I?
Oceanid question mark?
I do not know. My memories feel like they have been washed away like a flood. So many fragments dissolved amidst the tide, never to be recovered. How much have I lost? How many things that I once held dear while on land have I since forgotten?
You were once human?
Yes, that is what I was once. But now, I am but the consciousness of one who has lost their form.
So there's two of these now. Because Anne is also one of these. Like, actual Anne, Mary Ann, died. And she became Anne. Like, her desires were so strong that it took the form of this Oceanid that is like little Anne. So it's interesting. And in the experiments, they were trying to do this. Like, they were trying to figure out how to, like, make people into Oceanids.
I do not know how I came to be like this either. I only vaguely remember being covered in light blue water, and then all grew dim.
Oh, okay. Could she be one of the girls who were dissolved? I had to figure. I figured that was the case. It's interesting. So then I guess it begs the question: can the men be turned into Oceanids too? Because he just kind of dissolved into water, whereas most of the ladies seem to be actually turning into Oceanids. Could she be one of the girls who were dissolved?
I also remember going to many places. I loved adventure, loved exploring places of peril. No matter where I went, Vache would go with me. I knew how dearly he loved me. And I also loved him equally as much.
Oh.
But now, we can no longer go back. The pain of such parting. I never knew how heavy it could be.
You need me to find him?
No. Our reunion no longer has any meaning. There is no way for us to create any new memories.
Then why do you keep calling for him?
The thought of me gives him no succor. So let it lie forgotten beneath the waters. If you meet Vache, tell him not to look for me. Tell him to move on. That is the only thing I still remember.
I mean, I guess it would be hard for him to forget you.
Perhaps that is so. As I was submerged in the waters, losing consciousness, I saw Vache above the surface. His eyes were filled with such sorrow, such longing. If only I could have comforted him. Told him that I did not suffer. Indeed, I had felt a great warmth. Is that what you call it? Dissolving? If anything, I consider it a form of release. It was a state of neither fear nor frenzy, with only an endless peace, like the water's still surface. I could also liken it to being a thirsty person who drinks water for the first time, and only then sees how they have lived for so long in a world of endless want and anxiety.
Lumine is making a lot of assumptions, but we'll go with it.
I think I hear your companion. It's time for you to go, I think.
I wonder how much time has passed in reality.
Farewell, then. I am glad that you were able to sense my presence. Remember, if you see Vache, tell him not to seek me out any longer.
Oh. How do I have the power to do this? Lumine, what are you? Oh! Oh my gosh! What? What in the world? Ooh, I like her! My plain sword.
Dear God, it's a whole army of Gardamex.
Oh.
Chlorand?
Ooh, she help us? Oh, sword lady, stab things.
Quick, now's our chance!
Ooh! Or are they gonna... Oh, this music! Oh, gun! I love she have gun. Oh, is she a claymore user? Ooh. Oh. They're girlfriends.
Lending us your sword there, Chlorand.
Yeah, I guess she
Before
is.
I do so, could you explain how you managed to show up here?
Ooh.
Followed you. It seemed to me that danger has followed you more closely as of late.
I believe that following someone without their knowledge is actually called stalking, is it not?
Mr. Callus's last wish was for me to ensure your safety, and I will not betray his trust. He would do the same, were he alive today.
Ooh. They're old friends. Two rivals. Two enemies. Yeah, Lumine in the background. Two lovers? Question mark? That one little light blue streak. It's so funny that, you know, I think I mentioned this earlier before Fontaine came out, but all the Archons kind of keep their favorites as far as like the tropes that characters with their elements have. So Electric, you know, like Electro seems to be sexy ladies and dog boys. And then Geo is just well-mannered, put-together peeps or fun people. Animo are the sad children. Lost many friends. Hydro, I'm not sure. I'm not sure Hydro's deal. Because Hydro's kind of all over the place. Farina's just like, this one's nice. Super best friends. Yeah. And then Pyro seems to be like loyalty is very, very like important for Pyro. Like, because you've got like Bennett and Toma and Diluc and like those that like they're very loyal and like I do anything for friends. I lay down my life, like that kind of thing. Very morally, like very moral or like strongly connected to their loved ones and families and friends. And then you have Cryo, which are like. Cryo is also kind of, both Hydro and Cryo are kind of all over the place. Their tropes aren't quite as strong. Cryo may be like hidden secret or hidden power maybe. Because you got Chungyu and you got Shinha. You got Ganyu. Diona is weird. I don't know why she's there. But yeah, like, it's interesting who all, like, for the most part, they do stick with their tropes. Also, I feel so sorry for that button. It's struggling for its life. Clorinde, you can have a bigger shirt if you want, ma'am. It's fine.
Do not speak of my father.
Sorry, demoiselle. I was not strong enough.
Silver, it's not your fault.
Thank you for your aid, Miss Clorinde, but do keep an eye out for your manner of speech. I believe we all wish to avoid unnecessary emotional harm.
Ooh, get him.
Sorry, I did not consider your feelings.
Aww.
What else do you know? How did you come to the conclusion that I'd be in grave danger?
I doubt I know much more than you, but I believe that the mastermind behind the serial disappearances is very powerful. Your performance tonight will almost certainly attract their attention.
I'm sure they've known about me. To be honest, I'm shocked it's taken them this long to act against me. And what about these Gardamecs? I thought only those associated with a Maison Gardiennage could control them.
None of these mecha have serial numbers. I was sure to check a moment ago. They are not the ones used by the authorities to enforce the law.
I like her voice.
I can only conclude that some powerful or wealthy party must have obtained them via illegal means, deploying them as a private force of sorts.
What? Your point being that they're out of Spina di Rosula's league, then?
Yes. Be careful, and do not act rashly.
I'm curious to hear her
I will
Japanese voice,
continue
too.
Investigating no matter what. We will bring the truth to light. That's my father's true last wish. Regardless, thank you for your help today, Clorinde.
Clorinde?
But if you get any ideas, tell me first. I don't much appreciate being followed.
I do not think that they'll strike again anytime soon. So I shall stop following you. Good day, all.
Farewell, I will stalk you another day. I love her, you know.
Right. I suppose that's the best news we've gotten today.
Bears, I don't know about you, and maybe it's her hat, but she is so red mage coded. Like, every time I see her, I'm just like, red mage. She's a red mage. I can feel it in my bones. Red mage with a gun. But yeah, that's every time I see her, I'm just like, she would be a red mage in Final Fantasy XIV. Navia would probably be... Navia would be a hilarious paladin. Okay, now I'm going to, like, Final Fantasy XIV, put these people in classes.
Demoiselle, I believe that Miss Clorinde was being sincere with you. If we tried, we could attempt to thaw relations a little.
Oh.
I know.
He ships it.
She's...
Who was that?
Oh, thank goodness! Paimon thought we were done for! Those Gardamecs came out of nowhere while you were unconscious, and Nadia and her gang saved us!
How did they know that I needed help?
Oh, and there was that champion duelist named Clorinde who came out to save us too! We got lucky there. Paimon probably couldn't have fought them off otherwise.
Thanks for the rescue, Navia.
Oh, come now. Forget all that polite talk. That wasn't really a farewell meal we had back there. Not for me, anyway. In truth, I hope that every meal we have together shall be a victory feast. As such, we're still partners. There's no need to thank me.
It will take 50 years for me to match Demoiselle's magnanimity.
Silver.
If it were me, I would have joined the Spina di Rosula on account of her goodwill long ago.
All right, you two. That's enough.
Actually, Navia, how did you know that we were in
Yeah, that's
danger?
my question.
You sure did show up in the nick of time.
Well, to be honest, you're the one who tipped us off, Paimon.
Huh? Really? Paimon contributed somehow? Ooh, Paimon's even more amazing.
Paimon was useful.
Yes, all thanks to you grabbing my drink by mistake.
How did that help?
After we parted ways, I was on the way back to one of our bases when I suddenly thought of what you said. That the Fanta tasted kind of salty and icky.
Oh. But wait. Wait, were we drugged?
Fanta only comes in sweet flavors. So how could it have tasted salty? The color of the drink, if I recall, had also been a bit off.
So the Fanta had been spiked with water from the primordial sea?
Oh.
Yes. So if you hadn't drunk that cup for me...
Spina di Rosula is preparing the grandest of awards for you as we speak for saving the boss.
Huh. Really?
Fortunately, Paimon, neither of us are Fontaine. From Fontaine.
I sent people to Hotel de Boer to investigate. But whoever did this left no trace at all. That's when I figured out that you might be in danger and hurried here as quickly as I could.
What? Why would they go after us too? All we did
I
was
can
defend
feel
the
it, yeah.
and help clear his name. Ugh, now we're caught up in this mess too, aren't we?
All we did was expose an organization that's trying to turn all the women of Fontaine into Oceanids. Who would go after us?
Well, you did foil a plan that they were probably pretty proud of, and almost got their name in the process.
Yeah, right. Navia's good.
Speaking
Navia
of
gets
which,
it.
Did anything strange happen when you drank the primordial seawater?
I spoke with
Well,
the
it can't
Oceanid.
be coincidence that the traveler fainted just now. She said that she heard that voice calling for Vache again.
But I heard it before.
This time Paimon heard it too, but it was real faint. Does this situation have to do with the primordial seawater then?
Apparently one's sensitivity to the hydro element.
Does that mean the primordial seawater raises someone's sensitivity to hydro when it's used on people who are not from Fontaine?
Huh.
That doesn't sound like too much of a bad thing, to be honest.
We gained some new intel.
New intel? While you were out cold?
I spoke with the creature.
Well, let's hear it, shall we?
A voice in the fountain belonged to one of the missing women. A person named Vacher was witnessed that she was dissolved.
Oh, that is important.
Or Vacher. Tell everything that happened while you're connected.
Vache. That name doesn't ring a bell. I suppose he hasn't stepped forward as a witness in court lately.
I mean, because this could have been the
Since he saw that young
20-year-old
woman
one.
dissolve, he was at least at the crime scene. But he never gave testimony or any information regarding people dissolving in the primordial seawater. Could he have been threatened?
Dun dun dun. I just like the intentional pause. Could he have been threatened? We should try searching for him.
Yes, thank you. This is very important information indeed. We will continue to investigate.
All right, partner. Wink.
Oh, you mean you'll help us investigate?
Well, you did say that our farewell meal didn't really count. That means we're still partners, right?
And you owe us another meal. Wink.
We're in this now whether we like it or not. You're not gonna let those people who targeted us get off the hook so easily, are you, Traveler?
This will prove to be the biggest mistake.
Demoiselle, do try not to look quite so pleased. You
As
are
a
the face
beast!
of Spina di Rosula, after all.
That smile is huge and kind of creepy. I think it's because you can't see their noses. I think because of the lighting in Genshin and like how they do their noses, the fact that she does not have a nose from this angle is a little off-putting.
You talk too much. Well, in that case, let's head back to one of our bases, shall we? I'll arrange accommodations for you. We also have some plans to go over, and hopefully we can deepen our bonds as partners. But We'll take that one step at a time, I guess.
Yeah.
Don't worry, you two. With us around, our base is definitely secure.
Who did Silver's voice? Lincoln what? What was that? Lynette in Faux. I'm assuming that means something. Maybe like link to the fountain? Not sure. Ooh.
It's right up ahead, but let's make sure we weren't.
Yeah,
followed
Google.
first.
I've been keeping watch, Demoiselle. I haven't spotted anyone suspicious thus far.
Huh, very good. But let's not let our guard down for now.
I shall find rooms for our respected guests.
Thank you. Malise?
Thank you, Malus.
Malus, okay.
Now, let's continue, traveler.
I'm just gonna strut. This is perfect strutting music. I want this music. What are you? What are you? Oh, is it here? No, that's how to get up back to the thing. Oh, water imagery, okay. I don't have this song, which is sad. I don't really know where to get it. Oh, is that up on the 3rd level? Oh. Wow, nice place you got here, Navia. I feel so accommodated.
So, this is your base?
Yeah, same Paimon.
Quite what Paimon imagined.
It looks like crab.
Accommodations have been arranged. Under the present circumstances, I can confidently say it's the best we have.
Well, so much for expectations.
Well, our funds have been a little tight lately. After all, we don't allow illegal or unethical profiteering. In fact, our funds often come from citizenry who support us.
Thank you for
Seems like it's
donating.
tough times for everyone. But if you have the support of the people, that does sound like it's worth it.
To be honest, our financial situation was a lot better back when my father was in charge a few years ago.
I know, luxury.
I'm afraid I'm not quite his equal.
Your father. He was the previous boss of Spina di Rosula, right? How did he...
Demoiselle, if you'll allow me to explain.
No. I'll explain it myself.
Thank you, Navia.
I suppose I couldn't run from this topic forever. And as partners, this is something I hope they can understand. My father's name is Callus. Yes, the same one they call Callus the Unfaithful in the streets.
I haven't heard that.
3 years ago, he was accused of murdering his own friend. But he chose a duel to defend his honor instead of standing trial. He died in the duelist's ring.
Oh.
Oh no.
But I do not believe my father was a murderer. I'm sure he was set up. At the time, I believed that if he only stood trial and was duly investigated, something amiss would crop up and prove his innocence.
I could have been his attorney.
Strangely, he not only requested the duel himself, but rumor has it that even after being seriously injured, to the point where he could be deemed as having lost the duel, he refused to surrender, determined to die in the arena. 3 years later, I still don't understand why he did that. How could he protect his honor if he's dead? If anything, he gave up his chance to defend himself.
Do you have any clues as to why?
The closest piece of info I have is that my father had been investigating the serial disappearances case at the time of his death.
Ah, so that's why you're so determined to get to the bottom of that case.
That's right. I've also tried to investigate the murder my father was implicated in, but I haven't found a single new clue in my countless reviews of the investigation records.
Maybe you just need another set of eyes.
I believe that if the murder case is related to those behind the disappearances, they must know something. I must know what really happened. Was my father coerced? Framed? Even if he really did kill his friend, I must get to the truth. If only he'd been more open with me when he was still alive. He even hid the fact that my mother died due to complications when giving birth to me.
Oh, there's a lot of secrets going on in this family. I appreciate the echo effect of the voice, because obviously they are in like an underground area, but it's almost like too much. Like, it's to the point where it's like that lady in the background can probably hear what she's saying. Like, you don't have to be so loud, Navia.
And now, here I am investigating his death. You really are a handful, aren't you, Papa?
Seeking the truth. You know, we're alike in this regard. I, too, want to figure out why my brother tried to kill me.
Demoiselle, please. If there is anything I can do, anything at all.
I also will never believe that Master Callus murdered anyone. There are none whom I respect more than the two of you, Demoiselle. Master Callus did so much good in life, yet all it took was one murder case for him to be dubbed Callus the Unfaithful.
All it took was for him to kill one guy and people lost faith in him. People these days, I've killed 5 men and people still trust me. Back when I was young, it took at least 10 murders for people to stop trusting you.
Even our supporters decreased greatly due to that incident, hence our strained finances at present.
Wait, if Callus was such a good man, wouldn't people at least be a little suspicious when he was accused?
No. Perhaps people just revel in that kind of drama. It's not something exclusive to people from Fontaine, really. Everyone's like that. People love watching the evil turn over a new leaf, but they also enjoy watching good people fall into an abyss from one slip-up just as much.
But how could... never mind. If Callus was really falsely accused, we have to find the truth. He didn't deserve to have that happen to him.
There is one other thing.
Oh!
Master Callus in the duel was Ms. Clorand.
Oh, the plot thickens!
Well, then, isn't that as good as saying that she was the one who killed him?
No wonder the mood was a little strange between the two of you.
Yeah.
Forbidden lovers.
It's not the sort of thing that you can just let go and move on from.
That's true.
Ms. Clorand has always placed great emphasis on the honorable nature of the duel. If her opponent doesn't yield, she will not stop either. She knew Master Callus beforehand and greatly respected him, but seeing how he was resolute in the arena, there was only ever one choice she could have made.
It's not that I don't understand her at all, but I just can't deal with this yet.
Don't worry, Navia. Paimon knows how you feel. You don't have to force yourself to do that.
My dad was killed by my best friend, too. I know exactly how you feel. Paimon, what are you not sharing with us?
Afterward, Miss Coran told us that at the start of the duel, Master Callus requested that she ensure Demoiselle Navia's safety.
Then that indicates he intended to die.
Yes,
Or that he
is our
wanted her to date her
understanding as well.
daughter.
Oh, Papa. What madness drove you to ask the person who killed you to take care of me? All right. Anyway, that's the information I wanted to share with you. Even if it did sound like I was just complaining towards the end.
It is fine.
Thanks. You two should go and rest. This was quite a day after all.
Yeah. Harmon's feet.
Are you gonna rest too?
Please, relax and get some sleep. We will ensure you rest soundly.
He's interesting, man. I want to talk with you more.
Whether it be responsibility for Spina di Rosula or Master Callus's death, it all landed on Demoiselle's shoulders so suddenly. This won't do. I must become stronger.
Aww. He cares. Peaceful night passes under the Spina de Rosula's watch, I guess.
Harmon slept so well. This place feels almost too safe. Huh? Navia? Where did the other two go?
I sent them back to Poisson. It's Spina de
Poisson.
Rosula's place of origin, and where we have our headquarters. There's not much for them to do here at the moment.
Ah, I've been to Poisson.
I get the feeling that you're just trying to get them off your back. But never mind that. When did you get
Thank
back?
you, Bears. I try hard.
Waiting here the whole time?
No, I just returned after going out for a while. I did some investigating yesterday regarding the name Vache.
Wait, so you didn't sleep at all?
How could I after having such critical new evidence?
What is it with these Fontaine ladies and not sleeping?
Guess Paimon wasn't speaking for everyone just now, huh?
Unfortunately, this name seems to have been wiped from existence. It doesn't seem to have a match anywhere. I suspect that those behind this have already taken steps to hinder an investigation from this angle. But that does prove that this Vache person is a key witness in the incident.
Apparently.
Does that mean we're too late, though?
No. There is one ray of hope. One place in Fontaine that they would find almost impossible to threaten, no matter how much they wanted to. And that is the archives kept by Chief Justice Lynette.
Oh.
A place where detailed files on all the cases in recent years are kept.
Where's that?
If the Oceanid you met is one of the young women who went
Oceanid.
missing recently, we should be able to find some related information there.
So Nervalette maintains an archive of case files? Whew. Guess that's the hard-working Chief Justice for you. In that case, let's go talk to him, shall we?
Yes, apparently Oceanid.
Aren't you coming along, Navia? Did you get tired?
No, it's nothing. Let's go see the Honorable Chief Justice.
Yes, let's go see him. I love him. I wish to speak with him. Oh. Okay, so there are a few things that I need to... Oh. There are a few things I need to do. I need to eventually find all the, music things. I need to find all the music discs. Oh. Can I go underneath? No. I'm just intrigued by the fact that I can go over here. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I need to eventually find the music down here or find out which one is that jazzy one. Boop, boop.
The palais is right up ahead. Come on.
Hello, Cardinal Assistant. Ooh. Have I been in here? Open. No? Okay. See, I want this vase. What a nice vase. Open. Oh. Oh, it is? Wow, this music. There. Why there?
Note, please state your business here. The Chief Justice is presently occupied with official matters. Huh. This place does look pretty heavily guarded. Guess that proves that Nervalet's files are really secure.
I would assume.
Hey, don't you recognize us?
Huh? Who are you? Just to be clear, I don't care who you are or who you might be related to. Our rules make no exceptions.
Your voice is very familiar.
See? They've got great discipline, too.
Yep. Paimon can tell.
They're his
If
children.
you're here just to crack jokes, I can point you towards the exit. Unlike some, we're busy, so please leave if you don't have a reason to be here.
No. What I meant to say is, shouldn't you remember us from a few days ago? We were at the trial of the great magician Lyney.
Oh, yes, I remember. I read about it in the Steambird. You must be Lyney's attorney.
We are, thank you.
It's all coming back to me now.
We're here today to report and archive some information on a follow-up case.
Huh. Is that even a thing?
Of course. Don't worry. We're here on official business. You can trust us.
Wink.
All right then, I'll let you through. The Chief Justice is just inside.
Oh my gosh, they sound slightly like Jimmy Neutron. Like the voice actress who did Jimmy Neutron.
Ah, thanks so much.
They're channeling that energy for real. Hello, ding ding ding. Tell me about Nouvellette. Questionnaire. Oh. Oh, I did it. I found all the Romarias. Heyo. Where is it? Where are my books? Where'd it go? Huh? Saying Mia. Torn page. Where is it? Did I miss it? I don't see it. Once upon a time. Compendium of Misery. The History and Decline of the Fall of Romaria series. Tell me if you see it. Cause I want lore things. Is it this one? Rito. It was a book, yeah? Queen's Investigations. King of Invocations. How come I can't? It wouldn't be in any other pocket, right? Oh. I don't see it. Oh, in the archive? Oh. Oh, true. Okay, I guess that's right. Oh. Bah, look at all these. Wow, oh my gosh. I have so many books. History and decline of the fall of Remeria. Okay. Ocean gave birth to all. Because I think I found the third one. Humans once believed the reign of King Remus. Earth collapsed all at once. Tall tower was uprooted, drowned in the titanic waves. Temples reduced to ruins. Eternity finally dawned. Glory to their noble navigator, the ruler of rivers, the queen of all waters. May she defend the law. May her reign be long. Peace be upon the realms of Fontaine. Great power shattered. People above the high water were perched. Noble queen who settled the conflicts between the tribes. Tragedy of Remeria occurred merely a century ago, but its history has become concealed in legends and superstitions. So ruthless and swift was the disaster, the rulers and literature capable of passing down the knowledge were asleep beneath the waters of the eternal city. Who claimed to be the descendants. My job is to extract and reproduce the true essential shape. Soul-stealing magisters and trapped world spirits within specially made... Oh! Wait! In certain folklore that existed today, even the greatest of ancient scholars have been painted as soul-stealing magisters who entrapped mortal spirits within specially made magical golems, binding them into service. Hermarians did not make such golems, which to this day may be found ruined out in the world, but may be blamed upon the moral degeneration. People had forsaken noble duties and embraced hedonism. Ancient wars, oceans will rise, empires will fall, and only constant is change. Interesting. Yeah, it is about the underwater ruins, yeah. So the oceans gave birth to all. Envoys Heavenly City walked the earth. With their guidance, the people enjoyed enduring peace, prosperity, and abundance. So this is Siciles, the envoys of the Heavenly City. This heaven-based reign lasted countless generations. Offspring ceased to listen to the oracles, desired things never promised to them, trying to break free. Enraged by their behavior, heaven sent waves to smash the shelter cities. 100 days of rain came afterward. The roaring tides drowned all sin and aggregation. Early peoples brought to an end. When the tide receded, it was revealed again no cities or civilizations above the high waters. Survivors and the newborn alike live amidst forests and rivers. Human lives were no different from wild animals. Untold years pass. Gurabad, who was over in Sumeru, overturned to the far south. Noble kindred of the east. And Fontaine, the day King Remus descended upon Meropis, his golden fortuna. Raised crops, built cities, music and art. With his immortal fleet, Remus conquered all lands of the high waters. Even the great dragon beneath the abyssal depths submitted to his power. So he was the one that killed Elenus. The God King indulged in sweet dreams. The greatest empire will face most utter destruction, and the seers prophesied discord. Okay. And this his fortuna. Derive the primordial plan from the 7-day rotation in the flowing winds of sea and sand. Land, compose a harmonious symphony. As long as they echoed with songs, escape the judgment of fate. Greatness and glory unto Remeria, Remus, Universal Harmost. Luxury of the bygone eternal cities beyond imagination. Royal Fairway, Fortuna, Imperial Ship. Not built. Oh, it's not built to receive heavenly oracles. Guide ships traveling between islands to high waters. Even if the sailors are lured to slumber by sirens, follow the sound of the bell to break through the midst and find their way to Remeria. Ooh, there was a bell in the quest. Yeah, basically. Grand temples. Solid and towering walls, decorated glaze and glory, blah, 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 blah. Capitolium, center of Remeria. Paradise for artists. Small fraction enjoy the privilege of serving the God King. Blah, 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 blah. Everything was great, blah, 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 blah. King resting, peaceful at the heart of palace, listen close to every melody. Oh, upon hearing any discord, correct it immediately with a pluck of his strings, bringing perfection to the symphony. 4 humans of great... Okay, so to keep people upon the high water from destroying the symphony, the King Remus promoted 4 humans of great capability to high post. He shared his power and authority with them, making them his partners in governance, the Hermos for all cities, to eliminate all discordant sounds. Far-reaching fairways, conveyed melodies. Fate's decree was not for such as gods to defy. Escaping judgment was a mortal sin. Among the God King's sins, the most terrible was to attempt to pass power that should be reserved for the godly domain to humans. Thus, his power and status led to corruption and decadence, leading to violence and revolts. When the day of destiny arrived, Remeria, the grand immortal city, faced an inevitable end. Today, the God King's melody is played only in Capitolium. His mighty reign has ended. Huh. It's almost like another retelling of the original Tevat story, the primordial one, because the primordial one also like divided himself between 3 other acolytes. Hey, Fables de Fontaine. The maiden and the son, the adopted daughter of the fox, grew to be marriageable age, delicate and polite. Therefore the fox said to her daughter, the crow and the fox. Interesting. Oh, it's locked. I haven't found that one, apparently. Storybook containing various lore and tales. Interesting. One of these days I'll actually read through it. I usually just rely on Ashikai, or Ashikain. I can't remember her name, but she does really great lore videos. And I just end up listening to her. Her like hour-long essays.
Time to go.
Time to go. Is that it? Okay. Excusez-moi, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Please come in.
Okay. Oh, your room, sir. It's huge. You're so tiny. He read. He cute. Hello, sir.
Sorry to barge in, Monsieur Neuvillette.
Neuvillette.
We really like to get in because we didn't know any other way.
How does he know that you lied? Why would you just say that that you lied?
It's all right. Please let me know how I may be of assistance to you.
His voice is so soft.
So you're not mad at us?
We're looking for a man called Faux. He may have been an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case. If we can find him, we may be able to unearth some key information on the case.
Ah, I see. In that case, please wait here a moment while I browse through the files.
Okay. His eyeliner on fleek.
Who knew that Neuvillette would be so easy to talk to?
This book right here. Oh, he's angry looking. I know, he's so cute, and that's what I love that for him.
Unfortunately, I'm quite certain that no one by the name of Vache has been involved in any case, criminal or civil, in the past several years.
Yeah, when I learned, and like, I was trying not to get spoiled, but I kept seeing things like of people drawing him as a crybaby, and like when I was talking to the people in town that were like, oh yeah, Monsieur Neuvillette is, he said for me to not give up on my dreams, and he, like, I'll do better in court, and I'll get it one day, and all the little Melusines are like, yeah, you know, he always says hi to us every time he passes. I'm just like, he's a good boy.
There are no records of him either in the files or in my memory.
So we're back to square one.
Traveler, what if it was really just a dream?
I mean, it was a weird dream.
Is that so? All right then. Thank you so much, Monsieur Neuvillette. We'll take our leave now.
Ahem.
Oh. Why did he him?
Miss Navia, I can understand how you feel. Your father, Callus, was a truly exceptional man. We deeply regret his passing.
Oh.
And what are you trying to say, Monsieur Neuvillette? Are you trying to console me? Extend your sympathy? Or just express some tendril of regret? No. You are not trying to do any of that. I can hear it in your voice. There's no emotion behind your words.
I don't know. It felt kind of emotional to me.
Because you felt like you should.
He sounded kind of emotional. Well, give him a break. He's not a human. He doesn't know how humans work.
After my father took his place in the duelist ring, I pushed through the guards to talk to you as a last resort. You even told me then that you thought there was something fishy with the case, yet you still allowed the duel to go ahead. In your eyes, the value of a human life is nothing compared to those cold laws you hold so dear.
Aww.
If you truly regret my father's death, then why didn't you
Oh, she cried. Oh, she cried.
Why didn't you give me the power to stop him from throwing his life away? Why did you just let him die? Despised and hated by all. Everything was hanging on a thread at that moment. Just the tiniest effort could have changed everything. There are still so many things I never got to tell him. So many questions he still owes me answers to.
Aww.
If you really have no heart, then just look me in the eyes. I, Navia, will show you the true meaning of regret.
She cried. Oh.
I'm sorry, Miss Navia.
You and my father are truly alike. You keep all kinds of things in your heart and never say a word to anyone. It's not so much that you can't feel, but that you would never express anything. Oh well. In any case, everyone already knows full well the apathy of the Chief Justice.
Apathy.
My apologies for taking my emotions out on you, Monsieur Chief Justice. Let's go, Traveler and Paimon.
Oh, Navia. You didn't have to. Well, it's interesting that she hasn't talked to him like since then. It's been 3 years.
Navia, are you okay?
Oh no! No! It's okay. Pats his head. I know why it's raining. That makes me sad. Oh. I know. It's because he's crying. He cry when no one see him. Oh, baby.
I'm fine.
Baby boy.
Rain. It's raining.
Because he's
You're
crying.
right. Wasn't it still sunny when we went into the building? And there shouldn't be any active trials today. How strange.
Because
Now that I think of it,
he's sad.
on the day my father was convicted of murder, it
Oh!
was also raining.
Meh.
What is it? Did you think of something?
The dragon cries. Was he... What? Oh, was he outside? He as in, like, Nouvellette? Who he are you talking? I know.
Yeah, he was outside. It was uncovered and the rain could fall there. Why? Do you think the rain could have affected the crime scene? That thought has occurred to us before. We've even expanded the search area to try to account for that, but didn't find anything of value.
Something he didn't know at the time.
Oh? Wait. You don't mean...
So you're saying that the true murderer could have been turned into water and then got washed away with the rain?
Oh.
And if that's what had happened, then no one would have believed your dad, even if he explained what he saw to the authorities.
I really think I found a true genius for a partner. You're completely right. How did I not connect the dots earlier?
I mean, we only found this information out today,
Let's
so.
go to Poisson. With this new lead in mind, we'll get to the bottom of my father's case for sure.
Can I go talk with...
We're gonna make progress for sure this time.
Can I go...
Do you want to go with me now?
No.
Or do you want to head over by yourself?
I want to go later. I want to check. You can go first.
All right. Then I'll wait for you at Poisson.
I want to go talk with Nouvellette. Nouvellette! Can I go back in or no? Let me in! No. Okay, good. Nouvellette, don't cry. Oh. Oh, I was like, what are those? Nouvellette! No, get away! Wait, let me in. I will console you.
Time to go.
Julia is excellent.
Ooh! Hi, how's it going, Thrush? It's going okay. I want to console my poor dragon man, but he won't let me in. Also, thank you for subscribing. Nouvellette is crying and he's being a sad man and won't let me come console him. Let us in. Oh, it's not crying anymore. Where'd you go? Okay, time to go to Poisson. Every time I say that word, I just do the croissant meme. I went to the store and got a croissant. Croissant. I went to the slopes of the mountain and went to Poisson. Poisson. Les poissons, les poissons. Mon ami, like, oh, the poisson. Yeah, I know. Oh, hi, Navi. How's it going? Hi.
Whoa, what a huge ship! Why would a ship be anchored at a place like this?
Is that the Fortuna?
There's no need to be so surprised. While it may look like a ship, it's actually Spina di Rosula's headquarters. My father was the one who asked for it to be built like this.
Oh.
Perhaps our taste in exterior design is the only thing we occasionally had in common.
But
A gigantic and glamorous ship embodies discovery, opportunity, ambition, and conquest. It symbolizes Spina di Rosula's bright and limitless future.
I think I'm starting to get why you like it. How have you been, Thrush?
I thought you were bluffing when you said Spina di Rosula had a glorious past.
Are you excited for the Imbibitor Lune trailer story quest drop on the 29th or something, I think is what they said? I'm very excited. I want him. I have many tickets saved for Imbibitor Lune. However, I saw Skrulum is going to be a playable character, and after I get Imbibitor Lune, I will save for Skrulum. He will be my next one. Frenia, Skrulum is a nice looking robot. That's the best way I can describe it. In Star Rail, Hawkeye Star Rail.
Paimon was confused why a group with such a history would live in the sewers. But now that Paimon has seen this ship for herself,
Oh, you know? Good, okay.
she's been convinced.
It's not Sverog. He's the big guy.
Well, Poisson is where Spina di Rosula began, after all. It's our main base, our home.
Wee!
Time to go.
Bird! Ah, street urchin. Look at that. Kitties. Ooh. Yoink. Yoink. The robot man. It's hard because there are several robot men. Oh! Oh! Maloose!
Maloose, we're back!
Apologies for the wait, demoiselle, and our most important partners. You
Important.
said before that you still had some business at the court. What brings you back to Poisson so quickly?
Poisson.
About that. It's because my partner here reminded me of something really important. You see, what if my father's case had something to do with water from the primordial sea? You still remember, right, Maloose? On that night, it was raining?
Yes, the case was quite similar to that of Mr. Linney's. Both were what you'd call impossible murders.
Too bad he didn't have an attorney like me. Could the mastermind be the same person?
Could you tell us a bit more about what happened before?
Yeah, of course. Many years ago, something called synth began to gain popularity in Poisson. At a glance, it was a kind of drink that could excite your mood and produce many pleasant hallucinations.
Oh, what's that called? Like the Green Fairy? What's that called? I forgot what that's called. What's that? Apparently drugs are everywhere. Is it also, what's it called? Is it also called synth? No. What is it called? But it's the one that they drink in Moulin Rouge. Absinthe. Yes. Yeah.
Wait! Didn't that guard guy who turned into water also mention that the primordial water could be used to produce some kind of potion?
Yes, he did. Considering what we know now, it's almost certain that synth is created using water from the primordial sea. If you drink synth for an extended amount of time, you'll suffer many side effects, such as losing the ability to focus.
I
or
mean, if you
control
do that
your
with
emotions.
absinthe, you probably also would do
And
that.
if you were to stop drinking it completely, you'll experience flashes of paranoia and anxiety while lacking energy to do anything. It's an extremely dangerous substance. As he oversaw Poisson, my father was compelled to put a stop to synth abuse and called for a complete ban of it.
Boss's uncompromising attitude incurred the synth vendor's wrath, but no matter how much they threatened or bribed him, he refused to yield. Not only that, Boss became determined to find the mastermind behind the synth operation and put an end to the problem once and for all.
Yes, but the enemy was very cunning. So he could never get anything out of the dealers, all of whom only sold the stuff and weren't privy to the rest of the operation. Recognizing that, my father decided to contact the dealers in secret and cultivate personal relationships with them. Finally,
Oh,
he was
informant.
able to convince someone to become his
Oh,
informant.
was that the friend he
The
killed?
man's name was Jacques.
Jacques.
He felt greatly ashamed about his work after seeing many families destroyed by synth abuse. That night, my father hosted a banquet at his countryside estate. He planned to meet up and exchange information with Jacques over some food. But then, we heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard. We raced to the scene and found my father, still
Oh.
holding a gun, and Jacques, who was already dead on the ground.
Huh? How did that happen? Aren't they on the same side?
Sounds just like Lenny's case, doesn't it? In both cases, the culprit seemed obvious, but neither appeared to have any motive at all.
This sounds like the case with Miles Edgeworth. Did it happen around Christmas?
Looking back on it, though, I now believe the most important clue was something we all overlooked at the time. There were pieces of clothing left at the scene.
Oh, yeah, belonged to the person who got dissolved.
Precisely. It's all thanks to you that I made the connection now. Back then, we all just thought they were some costumes that Jacques used to disguise himself at the banquet.
I mean, it's
But,
fair.
Considering it now, it's almost certain that they belong to a third person at the scene. With one extra person, we'll also need to reconsider why the 2 shots were fired.
It's us. Yeah, person was to blame.
You're right. We still don't know what happened. But my intuition tells me that we're on the right track to figuring it all out. I'm finally headed towards the truth.
Let's go.
Jacques was an empathetic man who was infinitely remorseful for his past actions. It's unlikely that he turned on Boss with 0 warning. I think this third person is probably the key to the full truth.
But they're water
On
now.
that note, however, even though this will not please you, demoiselle, as you're and your father's butler, I must still offer a word of warning.
Oh, music got sad.
Our opponent is insidious and cruel. They are extremely difficult to deal with, and Boss has already lost his life trying to bring them to justice. Even though Spina de Rosula has lost most of its former glory, Poisson has welcomed a new time of peace, and we have been allowed to live out our lives. There is no need to follow your father's path. It would be both wise and in line with Boss's wishes to step back and give up on the case.
Mulus, I understand, but currently there is still someone actively trying to assassinate her. So even if she stepped back, she knows too much. We know too much. I don't think they're just gonna let it go.
If that's indeed what he wished for, then he should have told me that himself. Was I not the closest person to him? And yet, I was the one most kept in the dark. What was the point of him dying without sharing any of the secrets he knew? Did he manage to protect anything in the end? Synth is still here. Callus the Unfaithful is still his epithet. And Spina di Rosula is barely getting by. Nothing has changed. Did he think I'd just accept his meaningless death and live out my life just as meaninglessly? I've never accepted that. Ever. Not since that day, and certainly not now. I want to find out the real answer for everyone's sake. For the missing girls, for the victims, and for myself.
Navia.
This is indeed the best moment to act. Your partner appears to be
I
quite
am,
reliable,
thank you. He's so good
and
at giving
more importantly,
compliments.
demonstrative. I think you're also ready to take this on.
Let's go.
So you do know something else, Malus.
Yes, I do. In fact, even before that banquet, Boss already knew of the connection between Synth and the
Oh,
serial
you
disappearances
keeping stuff from
case.
us.
But what drove all the tensions to the boiling point was the revelation
Ah.
that you, Mademoiselle, had been selected as the next target to disappear.
What?
Boss also didn't tell you that he had been diagnosed with a rare illness.
Conveniently.
The doctors told him that he had no more than 5 years left to live.
Wow, did this man
And the
tell
serial
his
disappearances
daughter
case
anything?
Caused him great anxiety. 5 years was nowhere near enough time to resolve this long-standing conflict. But once he passed away, all the danger would pass on to you. Knowing all of this, he decided to use one final intimidation tactic before his death. He claimed to have already gotten his hands on some
So you
key
know
incriminating
everything.
evidence for the other side.
We don't have to do any
And
investigation.
even told some members of Spina di Rosula about the details. But as long as you remained safe, he would not share the evidence with the public. If something were to happen to you, then he and all those he told would immediately expose all they knew about Synth and the disappeared victims.
Right. So nobody would be able to get off scot-free.
As we've seen, Boss's tactic has worked. Even though Boss has
Until
lived on
today.
for a long time, the other side has not tried to take Demoiselle's life.
No, I don't believe it. He never appeared to look sick to me.
Again, he's been lying to you
No
about
father
everything.
wants their daughter to see them weak and haggard, especially someone as proud as
I don't trust anything this man says. Not him, but her
Him
dad.
dying in a duel and suffering lasting dishonor as the unfaithful was still far preferable than losing face in front of his daughter.
That's called toxic
So he
masculinity.
chose to die in silence so that he could protect me.
I'm afraid you're not understanding this correctly, Demoiselle. What Boss wanted to hand to you was not a parasol, but a sword. If Boss's spirit could hear you telling me that you want to find the answer for the sake of everyone involved, I'm sure he'd be extremely proud.
That fool. Couldn't he have just given it to me straight?
I mean, I think you
No.
then would have
He
known.
might have said
Oh,
it
she
ever
cry
so
again.
precisely
Oh,
because he never thought I'd be able to understand him.
poor Navia.
Is that the amount of confidence he had in me? And what if I was never able to make it to where I am now?
The Genshin animators were like, oh yeah, we figured out how to do the crying animation, but only Navia's model can do it, so we're just gonna make her cry a lot.
Yeah. I suppose that's true. With the way he'd set things up, if I had wanted, I could have just lived out my life without a care in the world. But thankfully, he rarely talked to me about complex matters, and thus understood little of me as a person. In this case, he really didn't need to give me an easy way out. Malus, what was the key evidence that he shared with you?
I bet he doesn't know.
It's the location
Oh,
where
he does?
synth is produced. Essentially, it's the enemy's headquarters.
Why didn't they kill Malus? Did they not know that he also knew, I guess?
When he was threatening the enemy, Boss didn't share the specifics of the incriminating evidence he found. But if you want to use it against the enemy, you'll still have to take several things into consideration.
Why? If we know where the place is, can't we just go storming in?
Bye, bud.
You mustn't forget that we're fighting against a mysterious and dangerous
They also
organization
mass-produce
that's been in
magic,
operation for
Magitech,
decades.
Magitech
There's no telling
guards.
what might be lying in wait at their headquarters. We also have no idea what kind of
They
evidence we
mass-produce
may be able
the
to find
robot
inside,
guards.
nor what people we may be able to capture. But a single visit to their headquarters would be tantamount to a formal declaration of war.
Not if we do
The
it
worst
sneaky
case
like.
would be that we leave empty-handed, but also open ourselves up to full retaliation.
I'm pretty sneaky.
Then, in that case, why not work with the Fontaine authorities?
They probably have some.
Well, you saw one of them dissolve during
Yeah.
Mr. Linney's case. We have no
That's what
idea
I was
just
thinking.
how
I was like,
thoroughly
there's
they may have
probably
been
some
infiltrated.
inside agents.
That's true. Seems my father really had no choice. But things are different now. It should be a lot easier to prove the other side's guilt, now that we've connected Synth with the disappearances case.
You sound like you've put a lot of thought into this, Malus.
He's probably been holding on to it for
I am
years.
the butler, after all. I live but to serve the boss and Demoiselle's will. I've always been willing to take on any kind of risk for your sake.
Oh, I'd be sad if he dies.
Considering my relative lack of ability, I've spent my time keeping secrets, performing basic investigations, and waiting for the right time to come.
Thank you for all of that, Malus. Have you discovered anything new in the past few years?
Let me think. One conclusion I came to was that the enemy must be quite familiar with Spina di Rosula.
Is it Silver?
Police have an informant planted here. When I announced orders to the organization's members on Demoiselle's behalf, I used to deliberately keep a few people in the dark and observe the reactions of the synth vendors. If the vendors didn't change their plans, then the individuals informed of our orders must be innocent. If the vendors packed up and fled, however, then someone must have given them the news. After several rounds of testing and investigative tracing,
Three
I narrowed
people.
the suspect list down to 3 people. The first is Florent, Spina di
Florent.
Rosula's senior advisor.
I don't like his mustache.
Huh? Florent?
Yes, surprising, isn't it? He was one of the people Boss trusted the most, which also means that he was someone who understood Boss really well. Thanks to his position within Boss's innermost circle, he always knew our upcoming plans and could thus avoid capture.
Who are the other two?
There's someone else like him too. Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabrières.
Oh, I spoke with him.
Uncle Marcel.
What is the confrérie?
It's a guild in Poisson. Boss helped it to grow to its current size and
I
prominence.
spoke with him, I think.
In the beginning, they were only reselling some daily goods, but now they're one of the richest guilds around, with a lot of business connections in the city.
So, they're like a sister organization of Spina di Rosula?
Sister location.
Yes, you can say that. When we were fighting against the synth dealers, they provided us with plenty of support. It's a bit difficult to imagine someone using their own money to hunt down themselves.
I mean, if it's all a
The
ploy.
final suspect is Thierry, the man responsible for coordinating information between Spina di Rosula and the guards. Although the guards mostly leave us to our own devices, there are still many activities we have to report to the local authorities. Since Thierry is always in the know about our current activities, he could theoretically always plan one step ahead.
I mean,
I see.
there was one guard already who was in
Are all
cahoots.
people who I communicate with quite regularly. To think that the enemy we've been fighting against has been right next to me all along, among those I trust the most. It's almost too hard to believe.
If you want to investigate them, please take every precaution to not alert the quarry.
Uh-oh.
Judging from our experience, the enemy is extremely cautious.
Do I actually have to be careful?
And thank you, Malus. You've provided us with a lot of great information.
You're too kind, my lady. I'm just doing my duty. And before I forget, proving Boss's innocence would also mean clearing him of blame in Jacques' death. After that incident, Jacques' wife and daughter were taken into the Spina's care. They still live in Poisson today.
Oh.
If it might help, you could also
Oh,
pay
yes,
them a
please.
visit. I can make the necessary arrangements.
Yes, please.
Oh, thank you so much, Malus. You really are the best.
That was a
A
very
new
sweet
case
way of
awaits,
Paimon
my
to say
dear
that.
partner.
Leave it to me.
I hope we can work together to uncover the truth and end this case once and for all.
My years of Ace Attorney. Oh, yeah! I've did my report now. My years of Ace Attorney have prepared me for this moment. Okay. So what I need to do... Yes, I do want to talk to the family first. There's like a little jellyfish. Oh, it's alive. Well, not alive, but
It is
it's
settled
food.
then. Please excuse me and enjoy your conversation at your leisure.
Thank you for arranging everything for us, Malus.
Jacques' wife and daughter are like, what? What's going on?
Excuse me, miss. Do you need anything from us?
Oh, daughter angry. Adele.
Hey, Navia's all quiet.
Let's not bother her for now.
I'm sorry that I only came to visit after all this time. After what happened, I didn't know how I was supposed to face the two of you.
Wow, I feel...
If it's about that, there's no need to apologize. After my husband died, Spina di Rosula sent us a lot of mora and support. I understood your guilt and apology to be genuine.
I feel a little... We're with Navia at so many of these big reveals. I feel almost invasive. I'm like, I'm just a random person you met yesterday, and your entire, understanding of the world is being shattered right before our eyes. It's the bonding moment.
But aren't all of those things nothing compared to the loss of Jacques? I can understand the kind of pain that comes with losing a father so needlessly.
You don't understand at all.
I didn't know how to face you, because I didn't know what I could possibly bring as a consolation gift. I know only the full truth could bring closure to you, and to all of us.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I appreciate the sentiment, but you don't have to carry all that guilt. On the matter regarding my husband, my daughter and I have more or less found our answer already.
Oh.
Would you mind sharing it with me? I really can't believe that my father could ever bring himself to shoot Jacques.
I always knew that my husband's money was earned through others' suffering. He told me countless times that if he could turn back the clock, he would never go into the synth business again. He had many regrets, and felt that he took the idea of providing for his family too literally. For the longest time, he thought Mora was everything. So when Mr. Callus came to him with a proposal, he accepted it almost immediately. He tried to be as careful as he could, but even so, he was still found out by the higher-ups.
They found out about his betrayal?
Papa didn't say that exactly, but Papa did tell me that I should never be ungrateful.
Before he left that day, he told me that he had no choice. It was only later that I realized it was his final farewell to the two of us.
Oh, to take him out.
I don't know that for sure, but you could say that's the conclusion I eventually came to. Which is why I'm the one who should feel guilty. Callus had always taken great care of us, both when he was still alive and after he passed away. Even if he fired the shot that killed my husband, it was likely in self-defense. It is impossible for me to hate him for what he had done.
But Mama, why is Papa still the bad guy if he did the right thing? Papa always wanted to be a good man, so why did he have to do a bad thing in the end?
I honestly don't think either of them did.
Things aren't always as they seem. You still feel like your Papa was a good man, right?
Yeah, Papa was a really good man. The best in the whole world.
Oh.
Then you should hold on to that. If a good man had to do a bad thing, then he must have had his reasons. Regardless of whether he left you a parasol or a sword. He must have done so to give you a better life.
Oh.
She's speaking this
Thank you
from her heart.
for everything you've told me. I will definitely find the truth. The current state of things is not something I'm willing to just sit back and accept.
Happy mandolin music.
I'm grateful to hear this from you. Even though your personality is quite different from your father's, your determination when you speak is really similar.
You really think so? That's the first time anyone said that to me.
Oh. Well, that was sweet.
I'll leave my husband's case to you.
Thank you, Miss Spina, and Miss Spina's friend.
Okay.
Are you okay, Navia?
I'm fine. Don't worry. Let's investigate the 3 suspects next.
Okay.
Launch should be nearby.
Yeah.
And we should be able to find Thierry and Uncle Marcel in the city. I'll get myself together on the way. So please don't worry.
Oh. Money! Hello, Florent!
Greetings, boss. How may I be of assistance today?
I'm sure you've heard about what happened at the Opera House. Someone got turned into water right in front of us.
Yeah, I've heard.
That voice.
Something that dramatic? I'm sure journalists will milk it for all it's worth. And it'll be all the talk for the next several weeks.
It also reminded me, on the day that the incident happened with my father, it was raining outside, and we found some clothes left at the scene.
Navi, I thought you were supposed to be being subtle and not letting them on to that we know things.
After my partner here put the dots together for me, I feel like we should try to reopen his case. Can you do me a favor and try to recall what happened that night?
Let me think. Mr. Callus was feeling pretty upbeat that day. So he was drinking and bantering away with us at the table. After that, he told us that he wanted to go get some fresh air. So we let him go without thinking much of it.
Who's
Knew
we?
that we would hear 2 gunshots ring out right after.
Who else was with you?
My first reaction was that Mr. Callus's life was in danger. So I grabbed my holster and made a mad dash toward the scene. But when I got there, it was already too late. Mr. Callus was standing over a dead body with a gun in his hands.
Who else was there?
All we could do was look back and forth at each other, not knowing what to say.
So you also remember 2 gunshots then?
Indeed. The guards said that the first shot didn't hit anyone, while the second killed Jacques. But I've never really bought that explanation. Reason being, Mr. Callus had left his gun on the table. I even made sure to confirm that before running to the scene. But according to the guards, that doesn't mean he couldn't have had other guns
Well,
on
he
his person.
stole Jacques' gun.
About the clothes left at the scene that you mentioned. Do you think there was a third person there who was turned into water?
May it be possible.
At least from our perspective, my father had no reason to kill. So he would also have no reason to bring an extra gun with him. The gun he was holding probably belonged to Jacques, or a third person on the scene.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So you're saying Mr. Callus ended up with the gun because he seized it from one of the other guys? But hold on. If that's what had happened, then why didn't he share the truth with any of us? He didn't even want to face the Oratrice machine, and chose instead to prove his honor in a duel. Did he lose all faith in the courts after seeing someone dissolve right in front of his eyes?
I mean, I too would be questioning reality, but that's fine.
About that, Malus told me a thing or two. So, I think I can understand why he committed to the duel. I'll tell you everything once the whole truth has been revealed.
I understand. Then I'll leave Mr. Callus's honor in your hands, boss. And if I may just say one more thing. The whole Callus the Unfaithful epithet has been a thorn in my side since the day it was invented. Many people have laughed at me for still calling him Mr. Callus, even after so many years have passed. But it was Mr. Callus's trust that allowed me to rise through the ranks of Spina di Rosula and live the life I lead today. No matter what others might say, he'll always be the man I respect the most. And he'll always be my boss.
Well, his mustache
Don't worry.
is sus,
I will
but
definitely find the
I don't
truth.
think he is.
You and all our other comrades at the Spina deserve to know the truth as well.
Unless he's playing the long game. He seems very genuine. Right. Let's go interrogate the other people. Boop. Oh. Hello, Theory. Terry? Is that what they called him? Terry? Thierry?
Hey, Thierry.
Thierry.
Oh, now, what brings you here, Miss Navia? I've heard that you made quite the name for yourself at the Opera House.
Oh, so you've got news of that already.
Oh, okay. Hey, I'm also a member of the guards, you know. The way you make it sound, people would think I was sent off to Poisson because I had done something wrong.
Are you sure there isn't a little bit of truth in that? Under normal circumstances, shouldn't you have been called back to the city already?
I just think it's so funny every single time they say poisson, because like the whole rest of the sentence is very English, and then they go poisson. Because there's no other accent the rest of the sentence, so it just like it always like it catches me off guard, or like it just is so strong compared to the rest. Which makes sense, because none of them are probably actually French. There may be some French Canadians among the staff, or the voice actors, but it's just so funny.
I mean, where I work is really up to me. Let's just say I enjoy the ambiance of Poisson. Childe did a fantastic job running the town, building Spina di Rosula from the ground up and clearing many obstructions in my way. It would be next to impossible for me to find a similarly easy but high-paying...
I don't like him, Squint.
Anyway, enough chit-chat. Are these two friends of yours? You, here for some formal business?
You're shady.
Yes, these two are my partners. What happened at the Opera House made us realize that Lyney's case and my father's may be related.
Never trust the cops.
We're trying to reinvestigate the details of my father's old case.
Ah, I get it. You think there might be more to the case now that we know people can be dissolved into water, right? I was also flabbergasted when I first heard of it. If you want to go through the original files from your father's case, I can help you look for them.
That'd be much appreciated. Thank you. Actually, I have another question.
Oh.
Do you have the authority to dispatch Gardamex?
Of course. Without them, I couldn't possibly handle Poisson on my own. Why do you ask? We definitely can't use them to forcefully get more evidence for your father's case.
Well, you see, just recently, we were attacked by a horde of unnumbered Gardamex in the city. So, if you hypothetically wanted to do something against me, all you would need to do was get rid of the mecha serial numbers and send them after me.
Navia, again, Malus was very clear about you're supposed to be being... She's not understanding the fact that when you alert them, they will be alerted that we are under... Like, maybe she's doing this on purpose, but I'm still just like, we're trying to secretly investigate these people. We're incriminating them while not incriminating them.
Then you think too highly of my abilities. Dispatching mecha is very different from controlling them. If I had to make an analogy, when you order a dish, the chef will make it for you. You can ask the chef to cook, but not to massage your shoulders or carry your baggage. If you try to make unreasonable demands, the chef would just think you're out of your mind and ignore you completely. The same goes for me and my Gardamex. Removing a serial number is also not as easy as you might think. There are a lot of complex steps to it, and it's almost impossible to keep it a secret. So I can promise you, those mecha were definitely private units. They're certainly not cheap. So whoever their owner is must be super rich, powerful, or both. Now that you mention it though, being in the synth business would definitely be profitable enough to afford this.
Makes sense.
Oh, then you're officially in the clear, Thierry.
Oh, well, thank you for the vote of confidence, Navia. Jokes aside, I'd like to wish you all the best with your investigation. I'll be staying in the city for a little while, so just come find me if you need any support from the guards.
I don't... I think they're wanting us to think it's Marcel, but we'll have to see. How I get there? That's so far from anything. Oh, man. Guess I'll have to enjoy the city. Oh, steal. Thanks for the cabbage. You're not Marcel.
Hello. How may I help you?
I'm here to see Marcel. Could you please let him know? You can just say Navia's looking for him.
Sure. I will let him know right away.
Cogni?
Navia, hello. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm not as young as I used to be, so my legs are giving out a bit.
Oh, it's all right, Uncle Marcel. There's no need to stress. I just wanted to talk to you briefly about what happened in the Opera House. I'm sure you saw everything too, right?
Yes, I've never seen anything so strange.
Oh, you were at the Opera House too?
That's right. I went there with Navia to see the magic show. Who knew it would turn into a whole murder mystery? I also witnessed your marvelous sleuthing work. Quite impressive.
Why, thank you.
To beat the Hydro Archon at her own game on her own turf, I can already imagine everyone in Fontaine discussing your exploits over a few glasses of wine.
Why?
Oh, Paimon doesn't want to become the talk of drunkards.
Too late. Venti talks about us all the time, I'm sure.
It's just how Fontaine is as a nation. Everyone loves drama and theatrics.
And wine.
Uncle Marcel, you've also noticed that other thing, right? The fact that humans can dissolve in water?
Yes, I was reminded of your father's case right away. Is that what you're investigating now?
Exactly. I still don't have much solid proof, but I can sense that the other side has already begun to act.
Oh, and what makes you say that?
We were attacked on Araneus by some unnumbered Gardamex. And there was also an attempt to get me to drink water from the primordial sea.
If not for the vigilance of my partner, I probably
And
wouldn't
Paimon
even be
accidentally
talking to you
taking
right
my
now.
beverage.
Oh, you're giving us too much credit. Wasn't it you who protected us?
Alas, it seems things are heating up again. The peace that Callus sought so dearly will soon become a thing of the past. But rest assured, Navia, Poisson will always remain a safe haven.
Poisson!
If you're scared, you can always return there. If anyone dares to lay their hands on you there, the Confrérie of Cabriere will use its funds to the last Mora to bring them to justice.
Thank you, Uncle Marcel. But I don't intend to go into hiding. I'm going to strike while the iron's hot.
Ooh, get him.
Do you have any new thoughts on my father's case?
About that. Sorry, my age is catching up with me, so it'll take me a while to recall my memory.
But he was just saying how he like instantly remembered the fact that the person dissolved in water was, you know, scary enough in its own right, but it also instantly he was like, wait a minute. Oh, hi, Day-Day. How's it going? That reminds me of a thing that happened 3 years ago connected to his case.
The Confrérie was responsible for that banquet, so I was out and about the whole time making sure things were running smoothly. I didn't even have the time to drink with the guests.
Do you remember 2 shots?
Then I heard the sound of a gunshot,
Oh,
and the rest was history.
the sound of a gunshot.
Oh, it's okay. No need to push yourself. We'll ask around some more. See if there are any valuable clues elsewhere.
Squint.
Sounds good. Just let me know if you ever need Mora.
Oh. My controller disconnected. Day, it's good. We're doing some Ace Attorneying. Hold on 1 second while I connect my controller. Okay, I'm back. I need to be better about charging it.
All my wealth comes from Callus's patronage and support. I'll spend however much it takes to clear his name.
Farina is very fun. Yes, I've been enjoying her. Alright. He hardly... Okay. It doesn't mention... Okay. I appreciate that. Tell me more about your one gunshot.
Alas, why do the...
Wait a minute. I know you.
This can work.
Thanks for the flowers, I guess? Okay. Alright. So we must look for clues. Investigation time! Wait, what? Oh, up there. Okay.
We've talked to all 3 suspects, purely based on their conversations with me.
I know it's so hard because I wanna say for Neuvillette because I love him, the sad dragon man. I want him. I have no Fremene's fine, but I'm not necessarily like he's a cutie and I want to protect him, but I don't necessarily need him on my team. Navia, I feel unfortunately will sit with all the other geos that I don't use, so I'm not necessarily like. I mean, unless Navia's kit is really cool, but I always have a need for a dragon man.
None of them sounded particularly suspicious.
Yeah, none of them sounded particularly suspicious.
I suppose that's to be expected, though. If a single conversation's all that's needed to find them out, then my father wouldn't have needed to investigate the case for so many years. Anyway, even though we didn't make a breakthrough, let's still compile what we were able to find.
Yeah.
Where should we start?
Jacques Motive.
Ah, you're right. Flora mentioned that Callus probably only ended up with the gun because of circumstance.
That's what I was thinking.
That makes sense.
According to Jacques' family members, he already told them that he had been discovered, and that he had no choice before he left home that day.
I'm thinking he brought the gun.
If I had to guess, he probably received an order from the synth boss to kill my father. Had he refused, he and his family's lives would have been forfeit.
So, Jacques fired the first shot?
I wouldn't have... Yeah, I wouldn't have fired a shot at all. But maybe the third person was watching and he had to prove it, or... I don't know.
Oh? And why is that?
I don't know, Lumine. Could he guarantee his family's safety? That's what I was going to say.
Oh, that's a good point. Jacques probably already knew that he was just being used as a tool for murder. And once he had completed his mission, he'd be of no more use to his boss.
This is so dramatic.
So, what would make more sense from his perspective would be to turn his back on the order and seek protection from my father.
Yeah, the third person made it force his hand.
Makes sense. But without evidence, that's still just a theory.
A game theory. I had to get it in there.
Besides Jacques, the attack from the Gardamex has been bothering me quite a bit as well. It's obvious that our enemy has become more antsy after the secret of the primordial seawater was revealed.
Do you think he knew, even then, that we'd follow this lead to the end?
Given everything that's happened since, it's quite possible.
Oh, that's true, Dede.
Who among the 3 suspects would have the ability to control privately owned Gardamex?
I wonder.
Thierry, you say? Huh. It is possible that he's figured out a way to convert the Gardamex for personal use. But I didn't feel like he was lying when he was talking to us about the mecha. I also don't think he'd be able to keep that kind
I don't
of
know.
Under
I mean,
wraps.
I guess what's-his-face is very rich.
Tampered with the mecha, we'd be able to prove it with a simple check of the guard's inventory. If the mecha were taken from the guards, it should be pretty easy to find out when and how that happened.
Maybe it was someone else. I mean, like, I feel like the uncle has the biggest history. I really don't think it's Floran. And if it is, I will eat my hat. But he just sounded... He's a really good liar, if it's the case. But he just sounded so genuine.
Uncle Marcel? My father
Oh,
did
you do?
really
Oh,
trust
okay.
him, and they worked together on a large number of projects. Maybe that's how he got to know Jacques. And with funds from the Confrérie,
That's what I was
he could
saying.
also
He
afford
like the
a large
money.
number of Gardamecs.
Yeah.
Still really hard for me to imagine, though. After all, Uncle Marcel has been around since I was just a child.
Money talks, Navia.
Also, wouldn't this mean he has been spending a whole lot of Mora and energy to fight his own synth business? Florent? It is true that he was
It will
closest
make
to my
me sad
father,
if it's Florent.
and thus had the best chance
But
of
he
learning
also
about
could
his
just be a
feelings
very
with
good
Jacques.
actor.
But as Spina di Rosula's advisor, his work mostly deals
He
with personnel
definitely-
and security. So he shouldn't have much means when it comes to finances.
He definitely has the easiest way of being able to network and get what he needs. And he has one of the most, like, he's the most trusted, so he would be in a good position to do it. I just will be sad.
So you're saying he's too broke to afford a mecha army?
But what if they're all working together? What if it's all three of them?
He can't. And even if he could, I don't think he would be able to dispatch a whole group so quickly. Who could it be?
It was all of them. I think. Oh. I personally, Marcel, I think, has the highest likelihood, but they could be working in cahoots. I don't like him at all, but I don't know if he has the brain and I don't know. For me, he seems the most likely.
You know, if you think everything through, Uncle Marcel is indeed the most suspicious of them all.
Could we be missing other suspects? Malus didn't know about the people turning into water thing when he narrowed it down to these three, did he?
Malus has always been very reliable, and his judgment of others' trustworthiness has been fair and well considered. When he laid out his case for the three, the rationale he gave me made a lot of sense as well. The suspect is knowledgeable about the Spina's internal affairs, has the means to dispatch Mecha to assassinate us, and possesses significant intellect and foresight. Even if I don't want to believe it, I'm starting to see how things could all tie back to Uncle Marcel.
Yeah, somebody who's very close to you after all. It's hard to understand.
Well, we still have another trump card on top of all the theorizing and speculating.
The synth production base.
Yes, Malus did say that charging straight in there would be extremely risky. But we don't have any other options right now.
Do we have to go now?
We need far more solid proof before we can hope to go charging in on our enemy.
Navia, here you are. Oh, I've been looking for you.
Huh? Aren't you the guy from the guards? Did something happen?
Yeah. News came from Irenaeus just after you left.
Uh-oh.
We've got another trial on our hands.
Is it Malus?
Wasn't that place built specifically for holding trials? What's so newsworthy about this one?
I know. But they said the person they're putting on trial is a Patchouli Harbor
Childe?
Tartaglia.
Wait, Childe?
What? Is that someone you know?
Yes, kind of.
We know him.
A little too well.
Maybe even a little too well.
Oh my gosh.
Well, he's been accused of being the true culprit behind the serial
What?
disappearance case. It's absurd, don't you think?
A little bit, because he's in his 20s, right? He's not that old.
Wait, how? None of our investigations have had anything to do with him.
That's what I thought was strange about it, so I came to tell you the news right away. If the charge against him stands, then it'll be next to impossible to get the guards to support any of our planned investigations.
Right, because they'll think they've already found the culprit.
Yeah, and it'll be a lot harder then to clear Mr. Callus's name.
I feel so bad because I bet, oh wait! What was the debt thing that Childe was coming to pay? Was that connected to Marcel at all? Because Marcel would have been the one to know that Childe was in the area because of his connections to the Northland Bank. And he could use him as a scapegoat if they think that they're on his trail. So that might be why this is happening. I still have it. Oh, I still have his vision, don't I?
I understand. Well, partner, what do you think we should do? We still haven't found any conclusive evidence.
I think it was. Let's split up.
Huh? Split up? What do you mean?
Actually, don't mean. You can go to... Oh, I go to the place? Yes, I can sneak. I will sneak. I'm confident in my sneaking abilities.
Just as expected of my partner. Since this is a trial about the serial disappearances case, the culprit's attention will be focused on Irenaeus, leaving his home base wide open.
Dun dun dun.
You're right. This is our best opportunity. All right then, let's do this. I'll stall them at the Opera House and charge Marcel as the true culprit.
Wow!
I won't have any chance of making that charge stick, though, unless we find more evidence. It'll be up to you to make it back in time and hand the decisive evidence to me.
She just dropped him like a hat. That was impressive. The speed of that betrayal, where she was just like, "But Uncle Marcel, he's been with me since my childhood and he loves my father. Never mind, I'm going to use him as a ploy to help us figure out the truth." The speed of that was intense.
We'll help you, just like you helped us in Lyney's trial.
Demoiselle, please allow us to accompany you.
I'm ready.
I'm ready, says Silver.
Ah, Malou, Silver, when did you two get here?
We heard that you'll be leaving Poisson and figured that you
Poisson.
might require our assistance. It's our hope that your confidence will be bolstered with the two of us by your side.
Cheerleaders!
Thank you so much. Then, let's make haste for Irenaeus. Paimon, Traveler, I'll see you at the Opera House.
Okay.
See you then.
Alright. Got it. Okay.
Now that Navia has set out for Irenaeus,
Oh.
we should also get going. The location has already been marked on the map, so let's head over.
How did I get here? How did I get here? Wait, I'm gonna look at my inventory and look for Childe's vision. Where is it? Well, it should be in this one, right? Gold? Oh, gold. Oh. It appears as if Childe lost control of the elemental power within it before. This vision has lost its glow now that its owner has left it behind. Can you just... You probably can't, but can you destroy his vision? I've never actually used the destroy button in this game ever. So I'm sure there's a message that like, hey, you can't actually destroy it. But I've never seen it because I've never tried to destroy anything in this game. Can you destroy his vision? I've got to try and see what happens. I don't think I can, but I'm very intrigued to see what should I? Oh, I don't think I can. Let's try it. Oh, it doesn't even allow me to destroy it. Okay, that's good to know. Like I said, I've never pressed the destroy button in this game ever. So, good to know. You can't destroy
Wherever
it.
in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade. It is the last...
Oh, I just interrupted Kazuha.
Production base is underwater.
Wow.
Let's go and try to find the entrance.
You just interrupted Kazuha. He was haikuing at you, and you just interrupted him. That was a rude Paimon. Are there any rocks I can destroy? Ooh! Is this an underwater domain?
Finally found it! Huh. So this is the entrance that leads to the synth production base. It sure doesn't seem out of the ordinary at all.
I like this water. I know. This water noise. The water effect. Yes, but I'm sure that we'll find inside will be extraordinary.
You're right. An important place like this is bound to have a ton of protective measures and mechanisms. Navia's probably arguing up a storm right now to stall for us.
I wish it sounded a little more like wobbly. Meanwhile, inside Opera Epiclese.
It would appear that I must repeat my question again, Mr. Tartaglia. Do you accept the charge that you are the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case?
To be perfectly honest, I don't understand your country's complicated court system or the reason why I'm being charged with something I've never even heard of.
Yeah, true, fair.
However, I did hear that people who have been charged choose to participate in a duel to clear their name. Is that right?
Childe. This man!
In which case, as long as I accept the charge, I can have an all-out fight with that champion duelist Clorend, right? I've got to admit, that's one of the most enticing offers I've ever received. When I privately sparred with her last time, she was obviously holding back. Real disappointing.
Ooh.
Hey, don't you understand? You're currently the prime suspect for a major case. This isn't the place for you to be looking for fights.
Oh? Sounds like the Hydro Archon wants to lecture me on the ways of the Opera House.
Childe, be careful. This person gave you your powers. She can take... I mean, I guess she technically already did take them away, but...
Then why don't you duel me too? I'm the kind of student that learns best in the heat of battle.
No. That's not what I meant.
Alas, it would appear that communication with the defendant is going poorly. We have made very little progress.
Get him.
In that case, let me explain everything from the very beginning again. The goal of this trial is to determine the culprit behind the serial disappearances case.
That case had nothing to do with him. You've got the wrong man.
Childe over here like, dang it. Really wanted to fight her. I wanted to get my butt beaten.
Huh? What's going on? Why is she interjecting again?
I told you it couldn't be one of the Fatui Harbingers.
Miss Navia, this is the second time you've interrupted the court proceedings. I only tolerated your behavior last time because you were able to provide the court with a key eyewitness. But that was an exception rather than standard court protocol. I can very well charge you with contempt of court for your interjections.
Ooh.
Oh, please. Did you ever think I had any respect for this place's pointless theatrics?
Ooh. Ooh. Fight. The girls are fighting. The girls are fighting.
We can put that discussion aside for now. I'm not here to argue with you. I'm here to charge the true culprit behind the serial disappearances case. And if my charges prove true, then Tartaglia here will be proven innocent by default, correct?
Oh, a young lady has charged in and offered to clear my name. How fascinating. Well, I'd gotten half bored to death by all these rules and procedures anyway. So I'll take you up on that offer. So, Your Honor, is there nothing else for me to do now?
You may take a seat for now in the audience, but that doesn't mean the suspicions against you have been lifted.
I like how they're just like, yeah, you know, whatever, you're off the hook, I guess, for now. Just go hang out. We don't think you'll run away or anything. We completely trust this girl who burst in.
Now then, Miss Navia, who is the person you would like to charge instead?
That person is...
Him! Can I what happens if I say it? It'll probably be like, this is wrong.
Something's not right.
Fine.
Marcel, the head of Confrérie of Cabriere.
Huh? What confrérie? Never heard of them in my life.
I've heard of them, but weren't they Spina di Rosula's sister organization?
Oh, is this going to be a friends to enemies type situation?
Please let me remind you, Miss Navia, that charging someone is an incredibly serious matter.
She gets it.
Committing to the charge also means taking on the legal responsibilities associated with it. And if the charge fails, depending on the circumstances, you may also be charged with the crime of making a false accusation. Knowing this, do you still wish to charge this man?
Yes, I do.
Ooh.
In that case, I declare the charge to be valid. Miss Navia and attorneys, please take your places on the court.
Get him.
Members of the guards, please contact Mr. Marcel right away so that he may stand trial.
I feel a little bad because Marcel, we just had a nice talk with him about like, we're trying to find more information about, you know, your brother, not probably not actual brother, but your good friend's death. You come to court, please. He even offered to give us money.
Mr. Marcel, you will not require an attorney. Is that correct?
Oh.
Apologies. It all just happened so quickly. I still haven't figured out what's going on.
Farina's like,
I think an attorney
I'll
might be
do it.
necessary. This is probably just a misunderstanding between me and Navia.
Very well.
She put me to
In that case,
court.
since both sides have now arrived, Miss Navia, please present your charges.
I would like to take everyone back to 3 years ago, to the case of Callus the Unfaithful. Only through elucidating what really happened in that case can we connect all the dots for the serial disappearances case.
Navia, do you really think that I was the one who killed your father?
Probably didn't kill him, but he probably
Why would I do
orchestrated
that?
it.
Callus was my benefactor, and remember both you and I only ran to the scene when we heard the sound of a gun. If that's enough to make me a suspect, wouldn't that make everyone at that banquet a suspect as well?
I think there's no point in getting into the specifics right now. The audience doesn't even have the big picture yet. Even I'm struggling to remember some details of that case.
Nice covering it up.
Correct, Your Honor. I must refresh everyone's memory about that case before I can explain my charge and reasoning.
I want the music.
I see. In which case, I will recount the findings about that case as originally recorded by Maison Gardiennage.
Yay! Ooh!
On the day of the murder, Spina di Rosula hosted a large banquet in a countryside estate owned by the Confrérie of Cabriere.
There's a Florent. I don't know who Hatman is. I like this. That's a nice building.
During the banquet,
Ooh.
all attending guests heard 2 gunshots from the courtyard.
That's a handsome man. I don't know who that is, but that's a handsome man. He got a nice face.
When the guests arrived at the scene, they found the primary suspect, Callus, holding a gun, while his acquaintance, Jacques, lay dead from a gunshot wound.
Aww.
The guards' investigation did not recover any other firearms from the scene. As a result, they concluded that the suspect's first shot must have missed, while the second must have taken Jacques' life. The suspect did not dispute this conclusion, and also declined to defend himself in court. Instead, he chose to prove his innocence through a duel.
Oh. Okay, he's on top. I guess we'll figure out the new one.
Callus was defeated by champion duelist Clarande in the ensuing duel, and soon succumbed to the injuries. These are the known facts about the case.
Intriguing. There's the puddle of water underneath him. So I'm wondering if he was trying to shoot the other person? I don't know. And the other person dissolved into water, and so he accidentally shot Jacques?
Not my father. And even so, Jacques still had no reason to pull the trigger. In truth, the third person shot Jacques first.
and was shot in turn by my father when my father seized
Right.
the gun from him.
Right.
After that, the true culprit turned the third person into water, erasing all traces of him from the scene. Thank you for the summary, Your Honor. Of course, the guard's conclusion appeared quite sensible to us at the time. However, we should revisit the case now that we've gained new information about the abilities of water from the primordial sea.
Okay. Really? Oh wait, after conducting it was now certain they did not have a gun. Details of the case. No, because that's already known. No? Oh. It's true, they didn't mention the clothing of the unknown person, yeah.
This assassin first shot Jacques, then turned to shoot Callus, only for Callus to wrestle the gun from him and kill him instead.
Two gunshots from the courtyard.
The testimony of the victim's family confirms that Jacques had thoughts of assassinating Callus when he set out for the banquet. However, in the end, he reconsidered and instead shared everything with Callus, hoping to seek the latter's protection. Unfortunately for Jacques, the true culprit had already considered this possibility and had sent out another assassin.
Dun dun dun!
A pile of clothing was found at the scene. The guards once believed they were used by Jacques as a costume to disguise himself. But now, it is clear that the clothes were proof that there was a third person at the scene.
Oh, this makes me so happy. I still...
After committing the murder, since it was raining that day, the culprit was confident that they could use the rain to wash away all traces of their dissolved accomplice.
This makes me so happy. I miss Ace Attorney.
The true culprit caused the hired assassin to dissolve into water, leading everyone to believe Callus was responsible for Jacques' murder. This is the true version of events.
Dun dun dun. What is he? Oh, he's attacking the third person. Okay, I was trying to figure out what was happening in the middle picture. Oh, and there's the guy dissolving into water. Interesting. But no, I miss Ace Attorney. They need to come out with more games, please. Yeah, I got it. I see it. Jacques looks so young. Yay, we refuted. Good job, me. Take that.
Ah, so that's what happened. Wait, you're telling me something as dangerous as water from the primordial sea has been used for all these years?
What a great theory. It also explains Callus's and Jacques' respective motives. I guess they didn't shoot each other after all.
Mr. Marcel, you are the one being charged with the crime. You should provide a rebuttal if you wish to prove your
He
innocence.
doesn't have a
But
lawyer.
I think I agree with everything Navia just said. In fact, there was nothing in her speech that directly implicated me.
Then, may I ask some questions? In my opinion, we primarily need to determine two
It's
things.
attorney music.
1. Do you have the evidence to back up your claims?
Buh.
I'm afraid not. At least not at this very moment.
It's coming.
Boo! If you don't have any evidence, you should just go home.
I may not have the evidence with me, but I know where I could go to collect it. If we look up the deserted clothes against a record of people who went missing around the same time...
Do they still have them?
We should be able to find a match. Considering the serial disappearances case, the guards probably kept careful records of all missing persons from around that time, regardless of age or gender.
That makes sense to me. Monsieur Neuvillette, I would consider this to be a reasonable investigative direction.
Huh. Why do I feel like Farina's acting
She
a
got
little
some
differently
sleep.
today?
Maybe she's scared of embarrassing herself again?
Alternatively, she's become more diligent after charging an innocent citizen in the last trial.
My second question has to do with the ensuing duel. If the truth is indeed as you described, then why didn't Mr. Callis explain himself in court? If he had testified that a person had been dissolved, he could have at least mounted a defense.
It was raining.
I've thought about this too, and the answer is actually pretty simple. He felt there were things that were more important to him. The dissolving power of water from the primordial sea is an important secret for the true culprit of the serial disappearances case. My father could have exposed it for all to see, but he chose to take it to the grave.
And I denied it.
Spina di Rosula was in dire straits, and his reputation had already been shattered. He had no guarantee that going forward with the truth would allow the culprit to be brought to justice. What was certain, however, was that it would paint a gigantic target on my back.
Boss once told me that Demoiselle had already been selected as the next target of the serial disappearances case.
What?
If the secret had gotten out, the culprit would have fought an all-out war with Espina right there and then. I wouldn't have been the only one in danger. All of us would have stood to lose our lives. Of course, the guards might eventually figure out the truth of the matter and determine that we were in the right. But what good would that do? How can a hollow verdict protect anyone? Had this opera house ever given my father any kind of confidence in its brand of justice,
burn.
Spina di Rosula would have had no reason to exist. But by staying silent, we retained the ability to deter our opponents and continue the stalemate. I was able to become Spina di Rosula's president, which made me harder to target, as well as giving me more time to grow and learn. And once I have figured out the truth and stepped up to the challenge, I will do what this opera house cannot, and restore my father's truth and honor back to him.
So, you mean to say, your father intended to die in the duelist's ring?
Yes.
That's right.
Do you have any proof?
Ask your
Of course.
ask your associate.
All you need.
Yeah, I was like, she's right there.
I don't need your apology, your guilt, or your support from the shadows. You don't have to do anything for my sake. But since he entrusted his will to you, Clarand, you should tell us the truth about his sacrifice.
So, during the duel, did you believe that Callis was intending to die?
Yes, I did. As a champion duelist, I've fought many battles and taken a countless number of dishonored lives. In my line of work, I've seen all kinds of people give their all for the faintest hope to continue living. Some were determined, others passionate, and some even manic and twisted.
I want to know her VA.
Just one look and I can tell if a duelist is hoping to live or if they're looking to die. I hereby swear on my name and honor as a champion duelist that Mr. Callis never intended to leave the ring alive.
Ooh.
Since that's your testimony, I have no more questions. It appears there really are good grounds to reopen this case.
I concur. However, Miss Navia, you still have not explained the link between your father's case and the serial disappearances case.
Right? What she said was fascinating, but kind of beside the point.
Wait, weren't they just talking about the serial disappearances case?
Of course, Your Honor. The two cases are connected via a matter of timing.
I love how every time we turn back to him, the sounds of the clock just get really loud.
And Callus. As a result, they plan to act after hearing 2 gunshots. And at the end of Lyney's trial, the culprit also only dissolved the victim in front of everyone because they realized they were at risk of being identified. The culprit could only time their actions so precisely if they were already at the scene.
Gasp.
Coincidentally, Marcel attended both the banquet and the trial.
So that's why you suspected me. Even after hearing your reasoning, I still can't help but find it a little preposterous. I'm used to it, though. You've always been an impulsive and sentimental child, Navia. It's one of your most endearing traits.
Don't try to butter me up. I won't stand
No need
for
to
it.
appeal to pathos.
Yeah, get him,
I
Silver.
won't try to
Drag
refute your
him.
points one by one, but even if everything you just said was true, can you prove that I was the only person present at both events?
Well, you weren't physically the only
On
person.
top of that, does a person have to be physically present to control the timing? Can't someone remotely monitor the place?
I mean, I don't know how remotely someone can cause someone to dissolve in water. I don't know the schematics of how that works, but yeah.
Don't know what she can say to that.
I know that even with that, you might still think you can reduce the list of suspects with some further investigations until I'm the only one left on the list.
She's just biding time, friend.
Alas, who won't feel at least a little hurt by an accusation of murder from a girl you see as your own daughter?
Stop
But if
piling
I
it
were to
on,
dismiss this
Marcel.
completely, you'd also think I'm not being considerate of your feelings. Ah well, let Uncle Marcel teach you another lesson.
Ooh.
Do you know what the biggest flaw in your reasoning is?
I suppose you're gonna tell me anyways.
It's timing again. I'm a businessman by trade. From that standpoint, there's no reason for me to kidnap young women. It's a high-risk action with nothing to gain. In addition, I left my home in Snezhnaya when I was young to come to Poisson and work in some trade. My business only thrived when I received Callus's patronage.
He's from Chesnaya.
But the disappearances began before I ever stepped foot in Fontaine.
I do apologize, Demoiselle. This was my mistake.
Way to go, Maloose.
No, it's not your fault. I'm sure he had come prepared.
Is there anything else you'd like to say? Would you like to check the date of my first business license against the first known case of the serial disappearance?
That won't be necessary.
You can also take a look at my border entry records, or ask my friends and family when I left Snezhnaya for the first time. Could those records and testimonies do something to appease the unspeakable anguish in your heart?
Now you're just getting defensive.
Wrong guy. At this rate, Navia will be convicted for falsely accusing him.
I think you've done a superb job of dissecting your father's feelings as he neared the end of his life. But aren't you going against all of his wishes and expectations right now?
I don't think so.
He wished for you to become more rational, collected, and conscientious, instead of dwelling only on your own feelings. Once you've learned to be more considerate of others' feelings, and to stop rushing headlong into things, you'd have met most of his expectations.
Marcel, calm down.
This isn't just about me, and it never has been. The biggest difference between me and the rest of the victims is that I still have the ability to search for the truth, while that same agency has long been taken from them.
She needs to protect herself. Something's gonna happen to her.
By synth abuse, the people who lost their loved ones to the serial disappearances, and the people who suffered tragic ends due to their sense of justice. Many people's images are flashing before my eyes. I'm sure some are coming to those of you in the audience as well. And whose image do you see, Marcel?
Ooh.
Is it a man named Vache?
Oh,
So you do know that name.
Sorry. The range of outburst noises. Ha, ha. They were like in the booth. They were like, just do a bunch of noises. We'll take our favorite. And they're like, nah, we'll just put them all together. I'm sorry. I'm very tired, so the little things are going to make me laugh.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Gasp. Do we have evidence? A little while later, at the entrance of the synth production base, it's time! It's me! Oh. All right. I technically I need to stop here, but I don't wanna. But I need to go to bed. But I don't wanna. But like, I can't stop when I get in court, I don't think. So what I was waiting for is when I was no longer at court. It is a strong word. You know what? I don't have work tomorrow. Whatever. We're going. Oh. It is supposed to be absinthe, because I'm assuming this is a nice little green fairy. But it's Animo, but still. Oh, it's just it's a very... Oh. No sleep. No sleep.
Time to go.
Preston, rebuild.
One with the force.
One with the force. It's so weird to hear this in English.
Right here. Emerge. Right now.
Good job, team. Can I touch something? Can I look at anything? Are there books that I can steal? Oh, okay, I get it. I understand. Touch. Oh. This music is so... Ooh. Oh. That looks like the... Is that like the Enkainomiya statues? That statue is really familiar.
Whoa! The floor is going up! Is it because of this mechanism in the middle?
I like that claymore.
Prepared a lot of stuff for this place.
Hey, a treasure chest. Ooh. I'm just want to go everywhere. I don't want to miss anything. Sneaky, sneaky. Oh, I can't climb on it. Aw, man. How do I get back up there? Hello? Hello? Thank you. I was like, oh no. Thanks, elevator. Ooh, aquarium. See, I want a tank like this. What does that do? Pretty.
Paimon thinks we need to go up, but Paimon doesn't see a way.
Don't worry.
Let's take a look around. Maybe we'll find a hidden mechanism that'll show us the way up.
All right. Here we go. Oh, I wanted to dive. This music is pretty. Oh, I know get up anymore? Oh, okay. I know, the fish tank walls would be nice. I mean, the fish tank itself is very nice. Should I go the hidden path then? Okay, there's another statue. Okay, okay, okay. I go up, yes? I go up, yes? Yes. Ooh. A fan. It's a giant washer.
The water level is rising. Now we can swim to the top. But this is still a ways away from where we need to go.
I understand, Paimon. It's pretty, though. It's pretty scenery. I just don't want to miss anything, you know? Oh, but hello, friends.
Allow me.
And Shroud. Keep up. I hear everything.
Emerge. Right now. Right here.
Into the wind.
Oh.
Hold the line.
Can't see? Keep up. Let's nip that in the bud.
Right now.
I haven't really heard him say that in a while.
I'm always watching.
Ah, good job. Good job, yay.
One with nature.
Yay. Push the button. I wonder why they would create this mechanism. Ooh.
Now the path is clear. Let's go.
What? I like this theme that's very similar to the like da na 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 na, like just the in general the Genshin theme. These motifs. So cool. What a nice view. Ooh. Nothing? Okay. Oh. Just checking. Hello, large robots. Say hello to my little friend.
Let's move out.
One with the force. I'll uproot you.
Right here. Emerge. Right now.
The wind knows me. Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
I don't think it actually did it. There you go. I was like, it made the sound, but it didn't actually. Oh, that was no fun. They just all died. Oh. I want to know who these ladies are. But they do definitely look like being kind of Mia statues. Maybe. Because, what's her face? The thing is, her sword's different, though. Because, Farina's is more like a staff, but it's also a sword. Right. Like I was saying, but like, it's not as, like, that's very Claymore-like. It's very thick. I was thinking that originally. Ooh.
After all that, we finally made it to the innermost sanctum. Though, as expected, the mastermind isn't here.
He's being charged by Navi as we speak.
That's right. Then let's hurry up and find some evidence so we can get back to the Opera House and help Navia.
Is this the primordial waters?
What's all this? Aw, it's a bunch of really cute things. Pink accessories, a hair tie, a necklace, even a makeup box.
Probably from all the children that were stolen.
Oh, Paimon sees it too, but
This is
why
this
are
is
all these
gross.
cute things labeled with different girls' names?
I don't like this.
Huh? You mean the girls from the serial disappearances? They were brought here? And then they were turned into water. And all the boxes of things. These names. That means... Oh, this is terrible.
It really is. Sorry, I ran out of breath there. This might be proof that this was their final stop before they got turned into Oceanids. Books. Ooh.
Let's see what's written here. Nothing escapes Detective Paimon's eyes.
I miss her glasses.
Callus. Navia's father. Oh, this seems to be an investigation report on him.
It's probably related to the Jacques case.
Yep. It's about finding someone to assassinate Jacques and Callus because of a lack of confidence that Jacques himself would go through.
I like they just keep this stuff here on a bookshelf.
The existence of the third person, right?
Is there anything else?
We still have not determined the exact content of the key information Callus has passed on to certain members of his organization.
But we're just gonna trust him.
The old dog's a real menace to deal with. Even if he abides by the promise he's made to us, he will still have the upper hand. He can act whenever he wants to make our lives miserable. The only option left is to remove him from the picture entirely.
Dun dun dun.
I concur. Let's send someone to kill him. He won't declare war as long as we don't touch Navia. Oh, seems like we've got a bunch of correspondence between the higher-ups.
They planned this well in advance.
They're all just so evil.
Content followed also define the motive. This must be, yeah, this is the primordial waters. Interesting that the primordial waters look very abyss-coded. Oh no, this is synth. Interesting that the synth looks...
Bottles of ingredients that probably just contain the waters of the primordial sea.
So interesting, it's abyss-coded.
Mixing in progress. Ready to drink? Stock sample? Huh. They've also got all the synth pretty clearly labeled. Whoa, there's even fruit-flavored synth?
Want to try some? Well, that definitely proves that this is where they produce synth.
Yep, it's super obvious.
Pleasant experience for a short time, equally strong, earn a massive profit. I want to look at this stuff. What is this? Is this the primordial waters, I guess? It's floating upwards. Like goop. Can I go into goop? I'm not from Fontaine. I can go into goop. Ooh. Do I get to examine everything? I guess I'll examine this first.
What's this over here? Looks like some kind of place for research. Experiment number 16 aims to verify Jacob Ingold's research conclusions on the primordial
Oh, okay,
sea
good.
and use his theory as a foundation to achieve
Jacob Ingold! We know that name. We know that name. He's the one who tried to kill us. He's the one who's friends with Marianne and Aiden. He's the one who ate the blood of the dragon and is now Superman. He's also the one that's trying to, like, he's come to understand that there's no way to reverse what's going to happen, and so he's trying to just make it so everybody just returns to their original state, which is again why he's trying to make them into Oceanids. He's the one that's up to all this research. Interesting.
The experiment was a failure. No individual managed to resurface from the water from the primordial sea. Female specimens 22, 23, and 24 were dissolved.
Oh, there, Paimon.
Sorry, traveler. Paimon will try her best. It's just that Paimon's never read something so scary.
There, Paimon.
How could someone write something that terrible in such a matter-of-fact tone?
Science.
You read the rest. Paimon's too scared to keep going.
Okay. Oh. The goal of the researcher is to save his lover, a woman called... Gasp. This Vasser. Vinaire?
So that's why he did all of these experiments. Wait, did he really think he'd be able to find a way just by dissolving people over and over? That's just insane!
Vasser.
Huh? Isn't that the name you heard by the fountain? Paimon thought he was an eyewitness in the serial disappearances case.
He's the researcher. We must find him and tell him that trying to find his missing lover is no good. She's one with the spirit world now.
You mean Vacher is the one who
Vacher,
did all these...
whatever.
Experiments?
Yes, probably Veneer. Yeah.
So that's it. Vacher was no victim, but personally took his lover and... No, that's not it either. If that's the case, why would he want people to resurface from the water?
Well, he was probably trying to find a way to reverse it. I don't know.
In any case, Paimon will write it all down.
Thanks, Paimon. Can't we just take the books? Okay. Fountain! Goopy goop! Goopy goop!
Oh, look! There's an important looking basin over here.
That's falling upwards? Yeah, it must be the water from the primordial sea. Where did they get it?
That means this is where they make all the synth. And that special water is the main ingredient.
Okay, question. If the primordial seawater is the main ingredient, is it because it's such a small amount that is that the reason why the people don't instantly dissolve into water? Or is it because of the, I guess, the alchemy to change the main effects? Okay. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, is it the amount that causes them to dissolve? Right, okay, that's what I thought. Okay, just confirming.
If you dilute it with normal water, you'll get synth, but the pure stuff can dissolve a human. Paimon will take notes on this incriminating evidence.
Can we take some, please? Can we just, like, can we take a bottle? Can we take some with us instead of just reports? Because the thing is, reports can be falsified. I can say whatever I want, but can we, like, take a physical bottle of the stuff and just be like, ta-da! We found this.
We've looked at almost everything here, and it seems like our theories were spot on. But
Who is... I'm never gonna say his name right. Vassair. Is that Vassay? I'm never gonna say it right.
yeah, we haven't found anything that reveals his true identity. No wonder
The R's
Lyney
is
wasn't able to find anything.
too strong.
Whoever it is probably destroyed everything to do with that name a long
Vassay.
time ago.
Okay, I have to just
That way,
ignore all the
if we
letters.
go to the opera, we won't be able to identify the true culprit.
Maybe not clever enough.
Sure thing. Paimon won't admit defeat to this guy either.
Ignore everything. Okay. Is there anything I've missed? She said she wanted me to look again.
You take that side and Paimon will take this side.
Oh, okay. After some time.
Nothing at all. And Paimon can't even find snacks either.
Jeez, Paimon. Paimon, I found a book.
What Paimon see?
I guess a book. Oh, fancy book.
Vinier. Isn't that Vashay's lover's name?
Vache. I said Vinier right, though.
Then
Kind of.
you found her diary. Let's see. Aw. It's just a normal diary chronicling their love story.
Baby names.
She was so sweet, too. Oh, Paimon feels even worse for her now.
Wow, what beautiful baby names. Squint. I'm trying. I know they're words that don't. They're letters that don't exist, but I'm trying to read them. Let's see. Lido. Dil. I like the Dilf in the corner. Is great on the left. Hero. Alvin. Valerie's pretty. I like Valerie, the one in the middle. She landed on Lufald.
So many. A whole page's worth. But they're all crossed out. Was she unhappy with all of them? The final name she decided on was Marcel. Wait, but Marcel's pretty old. Has this case been going on for so long that he's Vache and Vinier's grown son?
I figured it out. I've connected it.
Hey! Paimon still hasn't figured it out yet.
So I guess he was... Interesting. So I guess he was trying to, like, complete the case of where his mother went? I've connected them. You've connected
Whose
nothing.
image do you see, Marcel? Is it a man named Vache? Oh, so you do know that name.
I'm glad we got to hear that again. Beautiful. I love it. Peak. I want that as a sound bite. I just want to add that as a... I wonder if I can add that as a sound bite. Someone clip that, please. Just the... I can add it to the Big Brain Fox sound alert, maybe.
I'm merely surprised you'd suddenly say the name of someone I've never even heard of.
I was waiting for you to say that.
Navia! We're back!
As expected of my partner. I just knew you'd return in the nick of time.
That's why I'm a turnabout.
Do you intend to flout the rules of this court?
He sounds a little upset. Hear me out, Neuvillette. I'm sorry.
It's all right, Monsieur Neuvillette. Given their confidence, I expect they've found the crucial evidence.
Take that.
But the truth of it, Marcel, is that you've always been Vache.
Oh.
Huh?
Wait, what?
We've investigated your lair and we already know everything. After your lover, Venier, was dissolved, you kept abducting young women to experiment on the hopes of bringing her back to you. You even created Marcel as a new identity and destroyed all records of your past as Vache.
I thought Paimon didn't know what was going on. Paimon, I thought you didn't understand the dots. You connected. Apparently on the way over, Lumine filled her in.
So that's it. Even the villains in opera performances rarely go that far. And with that, Marcel's motive has now been established.
This information regarding your past also dismantles your prior timing defense. Well, Marcel, do you know where you went wrong?
Ugh.
You fixated your gaze on the lover that passed away, instead of paying attention to the living people around you. So, you never noticed how we changed, or how we grew as individuals.
You also never understood Boss's real expectations for his daughter.
Or our determination to see things through.
Your determination.
Uh-oh. If this is like an Ace Attorney trial, he's gonna turn into an evil person and go crazy. Maybe there's some funny animations.
Mr. Marcel, please speak up now if you would like to defend yourself. Otherwise, the trial will move on to the next stage.
Do you really think I wanted to do any of this? Pay attention to you? What for? Have you ever paid attention to me? Ever empathized with my pain? Ever known how it feels to watch the love of your life dissolve right in front of your eyes?
The one guard who in the last trial dissolved, the woman stands up, yes, that was my boyfriend! Actually, yes. If I had a nickel for every time the love of my life dissolved in front of my eyes, I would have 2 nickels. It's not a lot, but it's kind of strange that it happened twice. Also, how would we have felt your pain? You did not tell us what was wrong. You just created an underground drug empire and abducted women in order to bring back your lover, whom you probably had a hand in actually dissolving. Like, did you join the organization so that you could avenge her? Or to, like, get intel to be able to fix it? Like, I don't know, dude. You didn't think that through.
No one helped me. No one even believed me. All those decades ago, even the officers from the Maison Gardiennage were laughing at me.
You
They
could have
said
proved
there's no
it.
way a human being can turn into water. So I must have gone mad from grief. Vinier's death was brushed away by all of you as if it didn't matter at all.
You had, the thing is, you had proof. It would have caused you to have to kill someone, but you had proof. you could have alleviated this long ago.
Well, now you know, don't you? Ha! Well, it's too late now. All those who were dissolved are gone forever.
Right.
You only have yourselves to blame. You set up this ornate opera house in pursuit of your so-called justice, your beloved drama, while turning a blind eye to the suffering of the people. Venier is dead. We promised each other that we would always be together. Wherever she goes.
Is he gonna unalive himself right here? The drama.
I'm not from this blasted place, so I can't be dissolved.
Oh.
No matter what I do.
I mean, there are other ways. Oh.
Hey, is that water from the primordial sea that he's drinking?
I can't dissolve. Can't dissolve. Can't dissolve.
Oh, he did go crazy.
Do you all see? I can't go. I can't follow. So if I can't go where she is, what choice do I have but to try to bring her back?
I mean, you don't necessarily know where she goes when she drinks the water from the primordial sea, so I'm not saying that you should unalive yourself, but if you're really worried about that, I don't know.
I did all of that, and in the end, that accursed callus still got the better of me. I spent my entire life living on pins and needles, only to get stabbed by his idiot daughter at the very end.
The suspect is exhibiting signs of mental distress. Guards, please restrain him.
He got...
Don't touch me.
I was gonna say.
Don't anybody come near me. I still need to save Lynette. I promise. We made a promise.
He also has primordial water on him, and so he probably can turn you into... He dissolve you. Be careful, please.
Lynette.
He's gotta jump, isn't he?
Please, Lynette. Don't think badly of me. All I want to do is fulfill our promise.
Lumine needs to call out and be like, yo, I talked with your beloved. She wants you to stop.
At this point, the verdict of this trial is clear. With Mr. Marcel's conviction, the charges against Mr. Tartaglia
Child's like,
no
dang!
longer have any basis.
Fine by me. I was in a bad mood, but after a show like that, I'm actually feeling pretty good.
Traveler, please submit all the evidence you have collected to the guards, so that I might review and summarize the truth behind the serial disappearances case.
Okay.
The man now known as Marcel was originally named Vacher and worked as an adventurer with his partner and lover Vignier. During an underwater expedition, Vignier accidentally came into contact with water from the primordial sea and was dissolved in front of Vacher as a result.
Got it.
Vacher learned of the primordial water's existence through the work of others and began to kidnap young women for research, with the goal of discovering a method to restore Vignier back to life. To cover his tracks, he invented the new alias of Marcel and began to operate a business in Poisson. During the course of his research, Vacher discovered that a diluted concoction of water from the primordial sea can induce feelings of euphoria, and began to manufacture and market synth. However, as he accumulated wealth to fund his continued research and expanded the scope, he came into conflict with Spina di Rosula. After exchanging blows with Spina di Rosula for many years, Vacher decided to assassinate their president Callus at a banquet. Although the assassination did not go as Vacher expected, he was able to turn Callus into the murder suspect by dissolving the assassin he sent to the scene. And just recently, Vacher attempted to frame Lyney as the culprit of the serial disappearances case, using a similar method.
Another question. He could have just dissolved Callus. Would that have done anything? Because if he just Right. That's the thing. Yes, he would be disappeared, but that would ultimately achieve his goal? Because only Malus knew anything as far as we understand. And the daughter wouldn't have been... Oh, I understand. So you're okay, like Jacques and all of them. Okay. But I mean, Callus died anyway. I guess because Callus was framed as a murderer, the people that were going to support him stopped supporting him. I guess, yeah. But he could have eventually... he could have eventually dissolved him. Because he was planning on killing him, like, he was telling Jacques to kill him at the banquet anyway. He was gonna kill him at the banquet, I thought. Yeah, wait a minute.
However, his attempt to frame Lyney failed, and the power of water from the primordial sea became public knowledge. This case also exposed enough of Vache's machinations that he was eventually successfully charged in court.
Thanks, Navia.
Thus concludes the enigmatic history of the serial disappearances case, with the truth revealed to all.
Oh, that's his daughter. Or a similar model.
The
Similar
Oratrice
model.
will now deliver the final verdict regarding the charge.
Why is there a child here? 5-star, 5-star. I would like, I'll take another Branya.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Vache is guilty.
Hey, 3-star.
Guards, take Vache away.
Sorry.
Good. It's what he deserves.
Does anyone watch, oh gosh, what's that show? Why can't my brain remember? But you know when RuPaul says, sashay away, that's what it reminded me of. Vache away. Shantae, you stay. Sashay away. No, not runway. What is it called? My brain is very tired. I cannot remember. RuPaul Drag Race. There you go. That's what it reminded me of. Just the way she said, Vache away. You did not win Drag Race, Marcel. You gotta work on your acting abilities. Yeah. Oh, man. Oof. I'm getting tired.
With that, the serial disappearances case is over now.
We really just witnessed history. Who would have thought the true culprit would be such a polite and well-spoken guy?
We helped Navia bring the bad guy to justice!
Good job.
He's hurt so many innocent people and now he's finally getting what he deserves. Huh? Are you okay?
Uh-oh. Navia, don't turn to water!
Demoiselle, you were absolutely brilliant.
The day our late boss had always hoped for has finally come. You can rest easy now, knowing justice has been served.
Yeah. Yeah. It's finally over. It's all thanks to you guys.
I don't think it's finally over.
And my partner. See, Papa? Spina di Rosula's still doing well with me at the helm.
Well now, hasn't this been a most delicious piece of drama? The villain has been caught, justice has been served, past wrongs have been righted, and it's a big ol' happy ending.
And I was here too.
Since it's been such a great show, I'll just let the false accusations against me slide. Either way, I've still got some business to attend to. So, if you'll excuse me...
Bye, child.
Please wait just one
Oh.
moment, Mr. Tartaglia.
Ugh, what now? None of this has anything to do with me.
According to court protocol, since this trial was initiated due to a charge against you, a verdict must also be made regarding the initial charge before the trial.
Okay.
Oh, come on. Is this really necessary? Haven't you already caught the real criminal? Isn't it time for side characters like me to exit stage left?
Please respect the laws of Fontaine. This has always been the rule.
All right, but this sure is a lot of hassle. All I need to do is stand over there, right? Let's just get this over with.
Okay.
Through evidence presented in the public trial that was just held, it has been established that Mr. Tartaglia has no direct connection to the serial disappearances case. The guilty party has been identified, and thus it is logical to suppose Mr. Tartaglia is innocent of the charges. We now turn to the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale to render the final verdict on the charges.
Oh.
According to the judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale, Mr. Tartaglia is...
No 5-star animation? What?
Hey, hey! That's not funny! Didn't you just say I'm supposed to be innocent?
What is he guilty of?
What's with this verdict? Is your justice machine malfunctioning?
Huh? This has never happened before. The Oratrice actually returned a different verdict from the Chief Justice.
I mean, have you ever heard of an innocent Fatui Harbinger? Do you think the Oratrice might have just convicted him on general principle?
But weren't the charges about the serial disappearances case? No matter what else he's guilty of, it shouldn't affect the verdict in this case, right?
What is going on here?
The judgment of the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinale is, by law, the final verdict of the court. We must accept the guilty verdict.
Oh, you know what? You know what? You know what? The voice that Lyney heard in the room with the thing, maybe they tampered with the device somehow? Or maybe it had something to do with, maybe not the Fatui, I don't know, but
Guards, please take the suspect into custody per court protocol.
Childe! Oh!
So this is how justice is done in Fontaine.
Oh, the music!
What a joke. You've got your rules. Well, I've got mine too!
Oh, the music. Nostalgia. Get him! Oh, is he gonna ultra trap? Oh! Oh! Oh, get him! Get him! Get him, Nouvellette.
I am sorry. If you have been wronged, we will find the truth. But the rules of the court must be upheld.
Oh, oh, he made Dragon bleed. Oh.
Hey, Monsieur Nouvellette, what's going on? Shouldn't they have been cleared already?
Apologies.
I want to see if he has a
This is
scratch.
also the first time I've encountered such a situation. However, according to the rules established at the conception of Fontaine's court system, the Oratrice's judgment is the final verdict of the court.
Oh.
All I do is follow court procedure. As for why the Oratrice arrived at the conclusion it did, you should probably ask someone more knowledgeable than me.
Then we'll have no choice but to ask the Archon herself.
Why are you looking at me? I had nothing to do with it!
Ooh!
I don't know what happened there either. Hey, stop staring at me!
Ooh, she angry. Ooh, she angry. Oh my gosh.
What does Lady Farina mean by that?
She says she has no idea either, but that's impossible. Didn't she create the Oratrice herself?
I doubt it.
Yeah, so are the verdicts reliable or not? Can results like this really be called justice?
Ooh. Uh-oh.
My dearest citizens, did you really think we'd allow an incorrect verdict to be handed out in this court? Did you really believe that the judgment could be mistaken or be the result of some sort of random mishap? Don't tell me you thought even I had been blindsided by the Oratrice's result.
But the way she looked just now, it was pretty obvious she had no idea.
Right. That's what I was thinking too.
However, given the state of things, I shall give you an explanation. Everything that just took place including my supposed shock and bafflement, was a part of an elaborate performance, with every action meant to stir up drama and excitement.
I'm sure.
And, of course, for every performance, there is a script. Everything has unfolded exactly as I expected from
You
the
are
very
not
beginning.
fooling anyone, ma'am.
As the embodiment of the very concept of justice, the Oratrice shall never render an arbitrary judgment! If you thought Childe had nothing to do with the serial disappearances case, it is only because you've been blinded by the superficial appearance of innocence. Everything he's done, not to mention the danger he poses, are beyond ordinary comprehension and completely unforgivable.
Poor Childe.
All shall be revealed in time. You will come to understand my noble intentions, as well as the absolute correctness of the Oratrice's verdict. Now, having said that, although I hate to leave things hanging in suspense, it is now time for this performance to end.
Toodaloo.
As the lead actress, I shall be the first to take my leave. Toodaloo!
So she chose to make her escape after all, did she?
So you're saying we shouldn't put much stock into what she just said?
For sure.
She probably just put on that performance to save face. As for the truth, it's unlikely that she actually has any idea.
Way to use your brain.
However, please be assured that I will continue to investigate this case in a personal capacity. Just as I promised, if the judgment has been incorrect, we will do our utmost to clear his name.
Thank you for helping my friend.
Even though we feel pretty badly for him, we'll take your word for it for now.
I bet Childe's gonna wake up and be like, I must fight him. I want to fight him. Now.
After all, he's done plenty of bad stuff. So he should have known he'd go to prison someday, right?
Oh, man. Oh, hello. Look at me.
Oh, Monsieur Nervalette. That power you showed when you took him down.
Who are you really?
Who are you really?
I'm the Chief Justice of Fontaine, of course. If officers of the law lack the strength and capability to enforce it, then it makes a mockery of justice.
I like his thigh-high boots. I didn't realize how high those boots went. Okay, we'll just leave it here. Now I will go to bed, because we've at least concluded the second trial, but I'm sure there's gonna be a third.